Yo, welcome back to the show. We 27 weeks old. When we first hit record, that's when we broke the mold. We got the hot takes from January, we got you cold on some new platforms so the story can be told to a wider audience, if I may be so bold. Big things in store, special guest on the show. Feeling a little better this year, the music been slow. Feeling a little hype this year, watching D-Dot Rose. Giving it to you every week, y'all, cause we got flows. Nobody working it like us, we got EGOT goals. And when we got those, the game will never be the same. Let the fame chase us, we got some bigger fish to tame. 1 foot before the other on the way to a name. Won't stop till KKP logos cover your frame.
Dive into it.
Go right into it.
Yeah, I was like, okay then.
Are you ready to dive into it now?
Let's do it.
Alright, well, welcome back, everybody. This is the Kiona and Kasson Podcast, episode number 27.
Yes, it is. Good hour.
If I got that correct. I am your host, Adam, here joined by my brother, Osama, my boy, Dave, you all know very well. And, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest in the house today. In the flesh, Mr. Opposite of Shoutout to Glenn.
Can I get a round of applause though?
You know?
Can I get a round of applause? But right before, let's get an opposite of shout out to Glenn.
Quick ass opposite shout out to Glenn.
But now that you're here, I want to give you a shout out. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you being here.
Yes. Long time coming. Thank you for having me. So it's awesome.
This is Glenn, y'all.
Glenn.
This is fucking Glenn,
We
y'all.
saw him briefly on
This
one
is
of
him.
Dave's. But we finally got him on the show. It took a while. We've been doing this for 27 weeks now, for God's sake.
That's a long
It took you a long
Almost
time, bro.
straight, but I see that you guys been having a little bit of trouble editing or getting it out. So
No, it's the damn internet connection.
internet connections, but
Internet connection is a bitch.
it's
Apologize
a
for
long
that, of course.
commitment.
Them damn internets. You should just bring it here and upload it. It'll go quick.
Yeah, but I mean, you understand that the extra driving that cost me?
I get it, but sometimes it don't go up until like late Tuesday night.
That's happened on 2 or 3 occasions.
Maybe you
out of
can.
26.
Maybe if
It's a good record, yeah, I didn't.
you
We
can.
can talk about it later.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
fuck it, man.
I mean, I'm slightly less interested in what happened in your previous weeks this week because, you know, we have a long MIA standing person here.
MIA, I like that.
Yeah, you've been MIA for sure. So,
Hit him with a question.
I mean, before we do, we can still talk about y'all a little bit. I'm not trying to just jump.
I mean, I don't got much to say about anything really. I don't remember anything that really happened this week. So to be honest, it must have been just one of those.
I remember it being a long week.
Next.
It felt like it took quite a time. How about you?
So, just a couple things to note. So, I'm working and almost finished with my first single.
Word.
It's called Beware. It's kind of like it's got like this darker tone to it a little bit, you know. But I'm singing on it, and I work with 2 of my producers, and things are going really well with that. So that should be done and completed within the next like 2 weeks, I want to say. So sometime in February.
Cool.
And then I had 2 really good beers this week. Quick mentions. First one was Bourbon County Stout wheat wine.
Okay.
So it's Goose Island. Every year on Black Friday they release Bourbon County Stout, and every year they make a certain amount of variants, which is just like they add certain ingredients to the beer just to kind of funk it up and make it different.
Yeah.
So this year they did 7 different beers.
Okay.
And then also the original. So that was like 8 altogether. So the wheat wine was that was like a sleeper. Like no one really talked about that one or was looking out for it. And when I had it 2 nights ago, and it was just like straight butterscotch candy.
Butterscotch, yo.
I do like butterscotch. That fucking word this taste.
Yeah, butterscotch toffee, butterscotch toffee, some like oat. I don't know. It was just clean.
Doesn't sound too bad.
But the bourbon really came through though. So, yeah. I don't know. It was really clutch. For a bourbon barrel aged beer, it was just clean. So that was cool to see. And then the second one was Dark Lord, which is from 3 Floyds. It's their Russian Imperial Stout. They release it 1 day a year at their brewery. It's kind of a big deal. It's like $100 and something to get in.
Wow.
Damn.
You get 4 regular bottles and then 1 variant. But then also you have breweries coming from every brewery in the world to pour there, so you're getting a bunch of special stuff on tap for free. Basically.
You went to that?
So I went to that this past year for the first time, and that was just crazy. It was like 9 hours of just drinking the best beer I've ever had in my life. Yeah. And like, you know, you could like bring beer to share, so everyone there has bottles with them that they're just cracking open. It's just community.
Why do these breweries have like mythical beers that only pop up every once in a while?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Because
Like-
it's just like it just keeps you.
It is what it is, right? A mythical beer.
Just keeps you. Yeah, yeah. It just keeps you interested, man. Like you want to know what it's all about.
And then you talk it to friends, and it's like, yeah, but you can't get them anymore. So it's like,
Yeah.
are
So,
you really bullshitting?
But that's
so,
like
so Dark Lord's released 1 day out of the year.
that's like what I hate about
You can't buy
sneaker
the
culture
stores.
is that it releases maybe once a year if you're lucky, and then if you don't get it,
Well,
you're
so-
fucked.
It's
Well,
just,
I hate
it's,
this.
it's,
It just
it's
relates
the
the
whole
same thing.
it's the whole thing of like capitalizing off like people's like want to be able, you know, to have something that's considered exclusive, you know,
It's my least favorite thing about America.
exclusivity.
But so Dark Lord, yeah.
His
it's,
least favorite thing about America. That son. Fuck that shit. Exclusivity, my ass. I want everything to be available at all times, whenever the fuck I
Yeah,
want
no
it.
fucking doubt. Just why should 1% of the population have access to fucking everything that I would love to have access to?
Yeah.
And then I just get to hear about it. Fuck that.
We actually have a lot of things to access that a lot of people don't.
This
Word.
is
That
true.
is very true.
Murder.
Yes.
Like, you know, so
First world problems.
yes.
Yeah.
But still, there are problems that relate to me. You know what I'm saying? So they're still my problem.
They are still your problems.
Adam's problems. There you go.
I mean, you know.
Anyways.
So yeah, so Dark Lord, it's a Russian Imperial Stout. It's just dark as shit. It's a collab with Dark Matter Coffee from Chicago. So you get just like huge coffee notes, espresso. It's like you're drinking a chocolate fudge brownie with coffee. Yeah,
That does sound
it's almost
pretty
identical.
You had me
to
a
that.
chocolate fudge brownie.
Yeah.
You had me at coffee.
good. It had me at
It's
both of
thick.
those things.
It's thick. It's just it keeps you really warm. Alcohol content is like I think it's like 14%, something like that. 13 or 14%.
That's a lot of
What is that, a one and done?
Yeah, so I actually faced the whole bottle of that last night.
Nice.
That was fun.
That's nice.
Yeah. Candace was like, "You didn't save any of that for me," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I like said like it's like a little pour."
I took that shit to him.
You let her
Nothing
hit
left.
you said in the corner and shit.
Yeah, exactly right.
I sent you the corner.
No disrespect, but yeah. But yeah, so both those beers were crazy good, and then yeah, my single's coming out soon. So
Word.
Very nice.
Hey Glenn, what's new with you?
yeah, man, let's talk.
Honestly, man.
I mean, yeah, I don't know how much you want to talk about on camera. So
Well, I'm just excited just to be here. You know, you guys.
Word, man. It's been a long time since. I don't think I've seen you for at least probably a year, man.
Yeah, for a long time.
It hasn't been a year since I've seen you last, but
Yeah. But I mean,
You have
You
been
guys-
you have been away in a relationship.
yeah. So I mean, I'm really happy.
No, that's
Great,
well,
so
no,
it's
it's awesome. We are
Everything's working its way out.
We opposite a shout out you, but it's just for a joke.
I
Most of the time.
no.
Most of the time.
Osama does not speak for the views of this podcast.
Look, I heard their opposite shout out, and they said it with such contempt.
It was
Sometimes they're content.
No, you mean contempt.
Contempt.
Like we hated you.
Yeah, there you go.
No, that's not how we say them.
Content.
But we say them with love.
See,
but we
content
still hate you.
I would get my ass reamed by like my name right now. Just using that word wrong, but no, I'm just excited to be here. You guys just always talk about doing this, so I don't know, just being here. Just it's cool to just see all you guys, how you guys progress. 27 weeks, that's a lot.
Mhm.
It's a lot, so it's a toast to those who've been here since the beginning.
Yeah. Shout out to all of you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Unfortunately, I've never been here since day one, so it's kind of hard for me to just like, come in here all smooth and everything.
Right.
But you guys,
To it.
a toast to you guys for keeping it this many weeks and being committed. It's very hard to do that, and it takes that commitment to just keep it rolling. So whenever you guys want to start, we can go ahead and start. And then, dude, you guys are fucking killing it. Thank you guys for having me.
I see you're still.
So
I'm rolling everywhere.
So we've all been kicking it since how long? Just so they know that it is.
So just as the podcast stated, it's Kasson and Kiona.
It's Kiona and Kasson.
Kiona, Kasson.
Yeah, you can't say
You
you
did
say it wrong
did.
on the show.
Damn.
This is why you shouldn't be on.
Opposite shout out to Glenn for that
Opposite
one.
shout
It's okay.
out.
It's okay.
It is what it is.
Proceed.
Corners can be switched, whatever, but I will put Kasson first because it's my street. Anyways, but yeah, we've been friends since.
So I mean, you
7
had to
years
be,
old.
Yeah, right. You had to be like 6 or 7. Yeah.
6 or 7. So
same age.
right.
You were like 8.
So
I was
about
10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So originally, like me and Dave, I would have to say we're the OGs.
That's very
Kasson.
true though. Yeah. No.
You were no for
And
sure.
then the new kids on the block over here, Sam and Adam came
There
up.
were at that time.
This is
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I mean,
we
then
moved
you guys
in there
both
in
left.
'96.
That's wild, yo.
So.
To be fair, you guys both left the block before we did.
That
Word.
before you did.
You
yeah.
left
Before
first.
you did.
No, wait.
No, you did.
You left
No,
first.
you did. Oh wait, did I?
Yeah, you lived. Remember that crib by the Dominics over there?
No, I know that. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was before.
I might have left, but I'm still an OG.
No,
Yeah,
we're just
yeah.
trying to get a timeline. Don't
Yeah.
don't get all emotional about
I
it.
do get emotional, man, because you can't just be like, yo, when you left, and then just say,
I was there before.
But these
I was still there before.
These are
you.
facts.
It is facts.
Just
but
saying. I mean, we all left, but you guys
But yeah,
left.
I don't know. So yeah, I'm not too sure on that.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe G left, but I'm not. I don't know.
The weird thing is, I feel like Dave lived there, like,
Oh yeah, let's talk about it.
it's just, yeah.
For a
I
I'm
mean,
in several places.
Yo,
Dave lived on the whole fucking block.
can we
Go
count?
ahead, go ahead.
I'm gonna try. Okay, so where'd you?
Well, so there's actually 2 that you or 3 you guys don't even know about though.
I know that you lived
Fuck.
around the corner on Kennicott, right?
Wait, hold up though. So,
Connecticut?
So like, I'm on Kasson.
Yo,
and
the
you
crib
must have left that place.
the crib that's like diagonal.
So right, yeah.
I know you lived there.
Lived it.
You
Yeah.
lived in the apartment building next door to where he lived.
Yeah. So yeah.
The
one-
yellow buildings,
Yeah.
right?
And then one just a little bit.
And then you lived
Next
in the
to
one
Irwin.
with the
Yeah.
where we,
That's
that
Irwin, your cousin.
yeah. Then you lived. Hold on. Down Kennicott more,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
But no, you lived
So that was
by the
when-
Dominic.
That was when
That's-
Fee and I had a hip hop room.
That's where he had the mural. that
So-
fucking mural.
So
You
my,
guys, man, you've been
my brother and I,
you've been around.
We cut out a bunch of our like source magazines and double XL magazines, favorite rappers, favorite ads,
Dude,
and we just put them all up on our walls. So like all the walls were covered. It was like a collage for hip
I
hop.
remember he had the all of the lines,
Oh yeah.
all of the CTA lines and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember he had that. They were all lined in the fucking the room. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
Then you went by Marathon
Yeah. I was there for a minute.
You guys were in Marathon from,
a long fucking time.
Or well,
And-
they were at my parents.
And then
Yeah.
that was it. That's all I can remember.
That's pretty much it.
Man.
No man.
Well, until you and Candace went to,
Nashville.
yeah.
Nashville.
Yeah.
You never left the area.
Yeah. No, but that was
so like I moved away, but I knew how to get back.
Yeah.
I was gonna leave my friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I used to be all like weird and shit. Like, oh, I can't play now. It's just like, well, no, it's just 2 blocks away. Like, just call them.
No, that's.
I'm like,
I
oh,
live
shit.
so far away.
Well, because I wasn't like.
You're a kid.
there.
It seems like 7
I
miles.
wasn't there. You know.
No, to be honest, like a 2 block does seem very long.
It does.
When you're a kid, you're like,
When
what
you're-
the fuck?
You have
That's
to like,
far, dude.
you have to like learn your new neighborhood and like your new neighbors and your.
Yeah, it's a little
supposed,
different
like,
dynamic.
It's just like I don't know if I want to know these people.
Although I'll say this,
well,
for
my own
us,
people. Like
for us it became almost a waste of time because we'd walk down to your house by Marathon
True.
and you'd be asleep half the time. So I have to walk back.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about
Like,
it.
damn, I ain't trying to go
Let's
out and
talk
get no
about it.
exercise. I was trying to kick
Let's
it.
talk
I'm saying,
about it, though.
yo, they would be asleep till like 3:30, 4 o'clock
I
sometimes.
was that person.
Pretty 30 out.
You guys would be so proud of me now, though. I can't even sleep
Yeah.
past 8.
Man, those were the
On
times.
the weekend, I
Those
still
were
be
cool
getting
shit.
I sleep till like 11.
I can't. Maybe 9.
Man, I'll be up early as fuck, but I don't even want to discuss it because I know I'll be up anyway, so I don't want to.
Because you're old, and that's what happens when you're old. You wake up early.
Yeah, whatever. All right, let's talk. What were we gonna talk about today, man?
Oh, I mean, we
were debating. So
we had some topics.
Yeah, let's just run through some of what we got going on here first before we jump into. And I was gonna bring this up earlier. Your hat, right? Oof. So, I think we're in the group of people who are kind of mourning this loss this past week.
So,
Bears love still.
Right.
Right.
Well, except for Parky.
Parky. Hey, I mean, look.
Opposite shout out to Parky.
I can't do it, so I'm not gonna hate on him.
Look, I'm gonna hate on him because he makes $9 million, and everything I do at work is more impactful for way less. So fuck that.
Yeah, but
also,
you should play
shout out to Parky.
Also, really quick, I know I do apologize, but Goose Island, they got a lot of like DMs, and they just saw a bunch of people talking about how, I could hit that if I were I could do that. Hold up though. They're setting up a field goal post outside of their brew pub, and they're saying if you can talk the talk, walk the walk, come over here, hit a 40-yard field goal, and we'll buy you beer the rest of the night.
Dude, people have no idea how hard.
But that's not the point.
People don't exactly that though. Yeah, Goose Island's like you guys.
So you're gonna kick it like 10.
There's so much pressure on that dude.
That's not the point. Like, okay,
there's heat.
Okay, do that challenge with grown-ass men coming at you. Not only that, have thousands of people waiting on you under pressure. Or how about...
Guess what? Being any other part of the offense and having all those people coming at you every fucking play.
Goose Allen's point was just like...
Dude, it's I guarantee...
Like, overweight guys eating sausages saying, I can do that shit, you know? I can fucking do that shit.
These guys are not they're overweight, but they're fast, man. They'll get to you, dude. If there wasn't a
he's not talking about them.
I'm
not talking about them. He's talking about the people that are talking shit.
Oh, there's people that are talking shit.
So yeah, like watching the TV saying, I could definitely.
Dude, you know how hard it is to fucking kick a ball like that far?
Listen,
you gotta nail it
on
the
give
right.
A fuck.
But
he's been doing this shit for years.
We're just debating how hard it is.
So that
is the other side.
I'm assuming that you guys want to talk about the Bears' loss then.
Of course.
Okay, so
I don't really want to talk much other than that.
No, that's the reason we lost. Listen, Trubisky had his best fucking run of the whole fucking the whole season.
There was also a call where you guys caught it and they called it out of bounds though, and that was in the third.
Yeah.
Or the fourth.
Oh yeah. Or when the ball got stripped and the ref picked it up.
That was so bad.
Dude, that was a really fucked up game for play calling.
Also bad.
There were still some chances where the Bears should have won.
Bears should capitalize at least 2 or 3.
Trubisky got it up the field like 65 yards in like 40 seconds.
Okay,
I didn't think he was gonna do that shit.
But
you capitalized.
But
fuck
Parquet.
However
that you like say your name, but he scored more points than the offense combined. Okay, so you can't give him shit.
Oh yeah,
for that.
yes I can.
So he hit 3 other field goals.
You cannot.
Or 2 other.
He hit 9 points, and the offense only made 6.
Yeah, but he didn't hit the one that counted.
While I understand
which is a good point.
He made the ones that made it so it counted.
That's very true.
So you can't
but then he lost it, and he hit the uprights again. What are you aiming for the
Bears lost it.
I watched a couple of games this season, like when I was with my dad, and like I watched one here, like so probably 3 games and shit. But like I didn't watch that last game. I just seen like the clips of him hitting it. One, I don't know. He should have got through the points just for hitting both the upright and the crossbar.
Wait, but like, do you know what happened though?
Huh?
They say something happened during that series.
Somebody like wait.
Well, like so. Okay. So Parkey's lined up to hit the field goal, right? And right before the snap, Eagles coach he called TO timeout.
Oh.
And then Parkey hits that field goal perfectly. When in, they would have won on that.
I didn't know that.
But that should have been nothing but
the Eagles coach did that strategically, knowing
of course
how much Parkey has missed clutch field goals during the actual season. He's thinking, I'm going to call it right now.
But the fact that was perfect and clutch should have been practiced. He should have been able to do it perfect.
Exactly that. So, Sam, Parkey hit that field goal, but because they called timeout, they had to bring it back and redo it.
That's terrible.
Well,
so Parkey lines up for the second field goal, and when he kicks it, he gets tipped, meaning the whole ball rotation went off.
But it had to be so minimal.
I'm just saying, Parkey probably would have hit that.
It had to be minimal though, because I watched the ball. The trajectory was.
I'm pretty sure this is just a story that the NFL is selling us.
For the ball,
so that people don't kill Parkey.
For the ball to hit the uprights twice, and
it had to hit.
I don't know, man. That's just that's a hard way to lose.
It had to hit the inside.
Because they had
down,
and they had an amazing season. Yeah. But the most fucked up thing is that Parkey lost all 4 of those games for them. So the Bears would have had a perfect season if
they knew that from the beginning, and if us casual fans know that, then wouldn't that be the coach's fault for not putting him in the position to get him?
No, why would you get You got rid of Robbie Gould for hitting a few free.
But it doesn't matter. You put your team in a position so then you don't get yourself in that position, and so you don't rely on a kicker that is not reliable.
I don't care. I don't want to hear how hard it is.
It is.
You're on a professional fucking level, and you're at one of the closest ones that you possibly be at. You're not like at the fucking 56-yard line kicking the shit.
I'm sorry. If it's 99-98, you're on the Bulls, and it's like
anybody professional.
It's
still
game
hard.
7 finals.
That's why they're professional.
Your ass is shaking.
No, I'm agreeing.
You are shaking.
You know what I'm saying?
You are shaking.
This is all you do.
I don't care who the fuck you are.
This is not all you do.
Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, I don't give a fuck who it is. They are scared as fuck.
This was their second chance because they could have fucking lost the game at the other end right away.
Parkey would have hit that, but it was tipped. There was just good defense.
Look, Bears had an amazing season.
The ball was tipped.
It's a growth season. It's fine.
Hit his fingertips. It's still
next season they'll be
You're right
good.
about that.
You know, we got a new player. He just got Khalil Mack. This is his first year. Can you just imagine another year?
That is an amazing first year though. Because even against the Eagles, he was killing that.
I mean,
he had 2-3 sacks, something like that.
And they still have 2 or 3 young guys who are really
14 rushed.
It's still developing.
No, they got a promising.
They really do.
Is this a bigger loss than like when we lost the Super Bowl? Then no. Then stop it.
Yeah. No, but
this is
there's a hard way to lose. That's all.
It's
hard because you're like bang bang
Yeah, exactly. 2 tips. Exactly that.
It's like you gotta follow it. That's the worst.
It's almost like you had a false hope because it looked like it went over it.
Yo, if they had gone over it,
I know.
It went like bang.
To be honest, I was looking at it and I was gonna raise up, and my girlfriend was like, "You're stupid," and then I put my hands on because
I started yelling and laughing at the screen.
The way I thought about this. Yeah, I bet you did. The way I thought about this, I was like, listen, if he didn't hit the uprights,
Eagles fan, bitch.
If he didn't hit the uprights on any other fucking kicks during the season, and then he hit this one,
but you've been
fucking up. Adjust.
Yeah, but moral of the story is go Birds, go Birds, go Eagles.
Moral of the story is
son of a bitch.
Anyway.
About to win the Super Bowl again this year.
They're not.
No, they're about to be.
They're really gonna not.
Not even.
Yeah.
The Bears were a hard team to beat, so that's.
I don't even know who the fuck they're facing. They're gonna be out.
The Bears suck
the
under pressure.
I don't care nothing about football right now.
Saints are done.
If the Bears are out, I'm out.
Yeah, but it's pretty much how it feels.
I'm pulling out on this exit, guys. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'll see you guys in the next season.
I thought Baltimore was gonna do some shit, but they nope. Nope.
Yeah.
There's a few teams with good records, but
whatever.
Yeah, I don't really.
Bears loss was hard.
I think next season I'm gonna start watching.
Bears loss was hard, but
it really wasn't.
Come back next year and then we'll see what happens.
I didn't mean to sound like that. I promise.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I bet it did.
I was like, yeah, I'm sure it did. But I was like being genuine. I didn't mean like sound like, yeah, I'm sure it did. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, why are you getting offended for it though?
I'm not.
I mean,
I'm not. You're missing this. So just stop.
Because you're an Eagles fan.
I love you.
Yeah, you're an Eagles fan. It's
Eagles fan. Your whole family is chronic, not Chicago team lovers.
Not
your dad and what Cowboys, right?
Not true. So.
Your dad loves the Mets and the Cowboys.
My brother
I respect that though.
My brother and I are Bulls and Sox fans. White.
Oh, besides the Bulls, but the Bulls is a gimme. The Bulls are a gimme.
Never the Cubs. Fuck a Cub.
The Bulls are a gimme.
Fuck the Cubs.
The Bulls are a gimme, but I do remember you guys.
Y'all can talk now. Fuck all that.
Hey, I'm saying our World Series team would fucking kill your World Series team.
Yeah, they would. 100%.
Don't even play because we
be
fucking lock the shit out of you.
Anyway, though,
I would love to see that though.
I do remember that you were Sox fans, but like your cousins were like fucking Red Sox fans.
No, so Danny...
Or Atlanta or some shit,
Danny
right?
was a Reds fan, Frankie was a Braves fan.
Like, what the fuck? Those are random places.
Braves were an amazing team, though.
Yeah, they were, but you're not from there. How do you pick a team that's from a different state like that?
Yeah. So the reason why I took Philly is because my grandfather was an Eagles fan. So
See, I didn't expect
You
that.
can't throw that in. You can't
So
just like throw it in there
down
and be like, oh yeah, now we feel sorry for you, or like be like, oh now
No,
we
no.
gotta accept you. No.
I do accept it.
Y'all gotta accept shit.
I do accept the
That's just
reasoning,
the truth.
though, because
That's
I love the Cubs because my grandmother loved the Cubs.
Yes, but the Cubs
I
is a
get it.
Chicago team.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't
No,
expect
so-
all that.
so-
That was mad
I'm sure
emotional.
all of you know, my grandmother who passed away recently was the biggest Cubs fan, or one of the biggest Cubs fans.
Hey.
So
Yeah, so I mean, it's crazy that you don't like him,
I don't.
but you guys
Because
used to beef a lot
We
about him.
exactly that, man. She used to make the bombest dinners. And we would watch the Crosstown Classic all the time.
That's what's up.
Just talk shit.
Just talk shit to each other.
That's dope. That's dope.
You know, like they'd be down 3, and she'd be like, "Go give me an old style," and stop fucking talking. Like basically, stop talking shit. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
You know, like go fucking check the sauce. Like
That's dope.
some shit like that. You know, yeah.
That's real dope.
Cause she don't want to hear me talk anymore. I used to give it to her though. When I was young, I used to fucking talk shit all day, all day.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Fuck a cup.
I mean, not really, but yeah, I feel you.
Go Cubs. I think they got only a couple more year window. Like they gotta like really get.
It seems like that.
Only I mean
You never know.
in terms of getting these
You
players
never
to
know.
progress in terms of their skill set. Like
I mean,
they gotta mature.
The Cubs aren't going to be a Yankee. You know,
See,
the
baseball
Yankees
is like one of those
organization,
rare sports
you know?
where like with maturity comes with like more experience. Cause I mean, dude, all they do is just fucking hit a ball. I know it's hard, or it's easy for us to say, but I mean, they don't.
It's
really
easier
get
for us to
injured.
say than actually.
I mean,
do it,
you know what I'm saying? Like they don't physically
It takes a lot of skill.
run a lot more than
It's not
most
contact,
sports.
not physical sports.
It's not more physical than a lot of other
It's-
sports in terms of
it's-
just cardio wise.
It's definitely less
exerting.
than all the other sports.
Exactly.
It's more lax.
So
It's just
the time.
like big bursts of
That's what it
energy
is.
in
That's what
short
it is.
in short spans.
I mean,
of
look
that.
at Frank
Which
Biggio.
does take a lot.
Look at Derek Jeter at the time,
Agreed.
you know. So they've been able to extend their career and still progress their career in the high levels. So
It's just those players that are able to put a little flash into it that make it like seem more exciting.
The
you know?
Ken Griffey's of the world.
Yeah.
My boy.
Always one of my.
Javi Baez of the world.
Yeah.
Man.
Fucking shortstop.
Yo,
man.
Javi is no joke.
Yeah, he's a beast with that shit.
He comes in with the swag, with the Jordan cleats, the
He
gold
could be-
chains of which I don't
He
understand
could
why
be.
MLB
He could
players
be a
do.
lot more clutch postseason though. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's no.
But
song
there's a
to
lot
beat.
of players
Yeah,
players that could be
because
spoken
he
of
choked
like that.
the one season.
I mean, that's fine. We won a World Series.
Right.
All I care about.
And I was talking shit. Goddamn, what the fuck? I know y'all won. Shit, I get
I'm
it.
just saying, like, I mean, we won a World Series with him on it, so if we never did,
I
then
mean, you
you know,
shit. So whatever.
so. He was actually part of the big reasons why we won because he hit that clutch homer in San Francisco against Cueto or whoever that pitcher
Dude, that was like one of the longest series of all time. I think they all went to
Oh
7
man, I
games.
mean, he
They all
was
were trying
clutch
to-
in that postseason when it mattered. He was
I
clutch.
don't know.
Everybody
They did
I
go
want
as
you-
far as they
I
can
want
go
you,
into the
I want you to just
postseason.
go back a little bit and just like quote me if I'm wrong, then, or see where I'm wrong.
For what like
I
the, look at the lineup of what the Cubs have and what like if you give the go to Javi Baez, like what does he have behind him? He has another hitter or Kyle Schwarber or well, you know whatever the lineup is. We have hitters that can make contact, so give him the green light. Why not? You know, if you give him the green light, then he hits it and it's a home run. So
Right.
I mean, and then he could steal bases if he's on. If
So,
he's on
yeah,
there,
Yeah.
so-
He's an exciting player
I'll
to
give him
watch.
that.
He's an exciting player, but it's just
Base running's clutch.
you have to manage your team in a way that you can complement his play style. So if he's an aggressive play style, then put him in a position or where the next batter can hopefully get a hit. Or you know,
Defensively, I feel like he could be a player of the year. You know, at some point in his career, maybe.
oh he's
But
He's
a
not
magician.
magician. That if he
offensively,
continues.
I
He's a
don't know,
magician.
I just don't really see him as being anything offensively though.
possibly not, but you know,
He's a solid offensive player.
I guess, and that's not to really say anything but that. Like,
You know,
that's
being
all
a
it
solid
is.
offensive player and an outstanding defensive player, I'll take that shit any day.
You're right. Yeah.
Man, we went
I mean,
from the
defense,
Bears loss
defense
to,
makes a
like,
lot
the
more
Cubs
sense
and
than
everything.
base.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Because enough players are offensive.
Exactly.
You want somebody that's going to be
You
the
need someone
defensive.
that's
And
a
to have him
stop
be
ball like
because he
is,
plays
yeah.
what second, or is he shortstop? Shortstop.
He alternates.
Oh, like alternate second.
Because,
shortstop.
but either way, to have him at that point, right, to cut the runner off at that point in the base running,
Yeah.
I think it's fucking pivotal. You gotta have him there, like to not let them even get to second, and have a player that has the ability to go that route, to catch and like with the speed.
Yeah, that guy's got an amazing reaction time.
It's like he has the glove coming down, grabs it, and like in
It's
one
like nature,
motion,
right.
like he like snatches it and tags. You see me fucking floating away?
Pretty phenomenal. Listen, I feel like a gigantic phony even participating in this
You
conversation.
said a gigantic phony.
Because
this guy's a phony.
Because how much do
He's
I
a
really
big
watch
fat
baseball?
phony.
Not very much anymore. I'm not
It's,
gonna lie.
it is what it is.
So I think let's pull this back to NBA where I lay my hat because I don't really care about the
Where
NBA.
exactly in NBA do you lay your hat? I've never seen your fucking hat.
I have
Never
plenty of
seen that
NBA
just
hats.
fucking lay his hat.
I mean, I've laid them in my closet.
What
So,
kind of fucking?
What about that?
Wait,
do you want
like,
to talk about?
like that's
What
a
about the
fucking.
NBA do you want to
That
talk
term
about?
is lay your hat. I'm gonna lay my hat here. This is where I lay my hat.
Listen, lay your hat all you want. All right.
I don't lay my
I
hat
don't really care.
everywhere. It's where I lay my hat.
He sounded real fucked up when he said that.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Damn.
I don't know. You
What
ever
is
think
my life?
some of those terms are hilarious. One day we're gonna fucking have a conversation about like old sayings.
Oh, real fast. What was it? What was the name of the flock of old ladies?
No, you didn't say flock.
No, you didn't say flock, but that's how I'm trying to.
What was it?
synonymize it.
A gaggle.
A gaggle of old ladies. Is
The
that really
fuck?
what the term is?
I don't know what that means.
No, it's not a real fucking term, asshole.
You never fucking know. Look.
Gaggle's not a real term. I thought.
No, gaggle maybe like a gaggle of duck. I don't fucking know. What
Okay, I go with ducks.
I just saw.
So a school of old ladies.
So tell us about this gaggle of old ladies.
And this is gonna sound a little mean. I get that, but I was on my way here and I was late because fucking bingo night got out and I had a gaggle and like 11 fucking old ladies get on the bus, single file, all get on the bus.
Like how old we talking?
But like, okay, so just hold on. Like the bus driver can't drive.
Are any of them hot?
They're like old ladies.
What?
No.
Like
I mean,
Grandma's
some
Boy,
old. I mean, I'm
Silver
just
Fox.
asking.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Okay. All right.
What are you, an ageist?
Quit being ageist, man.
Glenn's like, what?
It's like, yeah, man, I'm looking at 30.
I didn't know I was coming into this type of podcast.
Don't worry about it, dude.
It's any kind of podcast.
Gilf's
you wanna
anonymous over here.
I
Jesus.
see.
So yeah, like the bus driver can't drive off until elderly people or disabled people are fully seated.
Wait, so you didn't answer the question, right?
I am negating that for right now. Okay. Anyway.
Oh, my bad, man.
Anyway. Navigating around that rather. Whatever.
Right, the gaggle.
So they all have to sit down. It's like 11 women. So like it's just like, it takes like 10 minutes, almost literally. Because they're all like scan their car. They're like, oh, this and that to the bus driver because like they gotta be nice.
They gotta be nice.
So they all sit down finally. I'm just like, thank God, like fuck.
And then they're old, so it takes them a long time to sit.
But so they're all just like talking, and it just sounds like turkey. It's just like, it's just like. Sounds like
Fucking
yeah,
gaggle
so
of
like,
old ladies talking like turkeys.
I get here and I'm just
Sounds like farm
I'm just
talk.
like, yo, I'm starting late. And, there's like a gaggle of fucking old ladies that got on the bus. Like, wait, hold on. What is a gaggle? Like, what is that? So
Everybody's
that's
having that reaction.
that is a gaggle.
Yo,
It's a
gaggle is my
That's the
new
only-
favorite term of 2019 so far.
No, but I don't think you can use gaggle
probably
for
not
anything.
real.
You can't.
It's probably not real at all.
You probably can't use that word for anything but describing a whole bunch of old ladies.
I may have just made my own new word.
I feel like
Like,
Webster's. Hold on, Webster's reach out to me because I want $1 million.
It doesn't.
It's my word.
It doesn't roll off the tongue as much when you say, "Hey, that's a gaggle of dogs."
I feel like though if you
But
were
a
to Google-
gaggle of old ladies sounds appropriate.
Once
feel like-
again, I love old people and everybody. for
Wait,
that matter.
wait, come on.
But
Let's
some
be
old people
honest.
suck. Anyway, I
Yeah.
feel like
That
if you,
is true.
I feel
though.
like if you
Old
Google,
dudes.
Yo, I'm not an
gaggle of old
ageist
ladies,
by any
some
means.
porn shit's gonna pop up.
What?
I don't want
I
to
feel like if you Google gaggle of old ladies, some porn shit's gonna pop up. That's just when you have. the word
Yeah, I'm not
gaggle there,
gaggling.
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
googling gaggling.
I'm
You
not
do
trying to
not
Google
want to
gaggle.
see that.
I'm not trying to Google a gaggle.
I
at all.
mean, do that. Not that I've seen that.
do not see that. I've seen it.
Red
I
flags.
seen it.
I see.
I seen it.
Red flags.
Yeah, don't do it.
But yeah, so
there it is. Yeah, that's all I had. So,
but gaggle.
that's all I got.
Since we're talking about terms of things.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's good talk.
So I know we spent some time.
We're a lot dumber for that now.
Yeah.
You're the one that said gaggle.
I just thought this shit was funny.
It's in.
This is a waste
we
of
have to
everybody's
think
time.
about it.
And we are now that much more dumb for this. Oh god.
Subscribers are down to like 5. Just us.
Like gaggle? No. Have like a disable notifications button.
The people are not gonna like
Oh,
that
block
conversation. Like, gaggle old ladies. Fuck these guys. Why are they even talking about this shit?
If this isn't funny to you, then it's too bad. You know,
Don't do it.
you should enjoy this conversation because I thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was great.
I couldn't stop laughing at gaggle. So.
Yep. Golden Globes.
Alright, let's talk about sports.
But all right, so I know we have discussed some of Jimmy Butler here and there,
There it is.
and I think last week we talked about his aggressive request to his coach or aggressive challenge to his coach about his
Right, we talked
Yeah.
about that last
role in offense.
What happened next?
Well, actually, I just wanted to kind of use that because he just did come from the Timberwolves, right?
Right?
And so Timberwolves just fired Tom Thibodeau this week,
Yeah, they did.
making associations. to
But,
get
you
to where I'm
know,
trying to get to.
I think that Tom Thibodeau he's a good coach, but he is man, I don't know. He runs his players to the ground, man.
He does.
He does.
He wants the most out of them, and he does get the best out of them. But in doing so, he also takes a lot out of them
I agree.
I don't know,
to
man.
get them to that point.
When I think about like 2011, 2012, and bench mob, whatever, the rotation was pretty good, and our bench put a lot of work in.
I mean,
There's just certain people that he keeps in for too long.
okay. What was our bench? Name them.
We had C.J. Watson.
Wait, Bulls with tips?
Yeah.
So, yeah. See,
There was a rotation of
Gibson
guys
came
for
off
a
the
little
bench.
while.
Dunleavy.
Dunleavy came a little later.
Bogans.
Kirk Heinrich. The one who
No,
had Robinson.
Dunleavy came later, though. Dunleavy came a little later.
Was it later?
Yeah.
After D Rose went out?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Bogans,
We had
Watson.
Sheik, right? Sheik was
Sheik
Sheik
starting.
Damn,
He was
that's
starting?
Yeah, good match.
No. Well, I don't. Well, no, he was bench mob too.
Yeah, he was bench mob.
Yeah.
What's his name? He had the weird shot.
Tony Snow?
No. What?
Tony Snow, where's that?
Yeah, but no. Tony Snow's not played basketball for like 20 years.
What? He was part of the bench one, I thought.
Tony Snow?
Tony Snell.
Snell.
Oh, I thought you said Snow.
No. What the fuck?
I thought you said Eric Snow.
That's Eric Snow.
Yeah,
God damn it.
yeah, but you confused me. I thought you said Snow. I was like, well, there's only one Snow, but I don't think he's played for
Tony
quite some time.
But Tony Snow might have came a little bit later.
Tony Snell played, but he was like right around the time
He was
Derek
probably
got injured.
Right.
What's the dude's name?
Eric Snow.
Was his last name? Fuck, I cannot remember. He hadn't played the league very long.
All I remember was like when it was in the playoffs within that run that we had, he pretty much used probably about like the same bench players. He didn't use Ronnie Brewer.
Brewer, that's what I was
He
thinking.
did not use him in the playoffs.
Not at all. Almost.
Show me a highlight of him in the playoffs
No,
when they needed him.
That's true.
When everybody was all out.
But if he didn't trust you, he didn't trust you. That was,
Well, that's some bullshit because Ronnie Brewer came from the West and came from the Utah Jazz.
And that's
He
why-
played with Darren Williams, Andre Kirilenko, and all the other stars. What was that center that they had that could shoot threes in the Utah Jazz? Look,
right.
all I'm saying is Tom Thibodeau doesn't trust his players as much as he says that he does.
no, he doesn't. He only
He
trusts.
He doesn't.
He only trusts a
He
few.
puts up a front in which he thinks that he trusts you by being hard on you, but then he doesn't use you. So when players come to respect him, it's just
He only trusts a few
there
players.
we go, Adam.
He trusts a select few players. That's
Yeah,
it.
and to respect, right? He is a good coach, but
I
You
think
have to-
Tibbs is a great coach.
He's a great
fundamentally.
I mean you have to look
No,
at the
he
white
is,
scope
but-
that he
But
has.
He doesn't
we're
know-
talking about, like overseeing a whole team.
He doesn't know when to stop.
Yeah.
Tibbs is
You know what I mean? Like he doesn't know when to pull that the plug on the pushing a player.
There's some things he has the right mentality for, and some things he doesn't.
Right.
But the firing of Thibs was probably a good thing because nowadays it's just look. You got to look at it this way. It's out with the old and with the new.
Yeah.
It's time for new coaches to get into the league.
I agree.
Greg
Yeah,
Popovich will probably be his last year here.
Yeah, I hope he
I
goes
don't know how
out.
he hasn't retired yet, though. I mean, he could have.
I mean, he already said that basketball is boring to him, and if he says that, then it's probably his last year.
I agree.
He's gonna retire because Timmy and it's called Parker.
They all should have went out at the same time.
I feel like, yeah, you're right about that.
Even and Ginobili too.
All
Let me get there.
all four of them: Ginobili, Parker, Duncan,
You know what I heard?
Oh, dude, sorry, dude. I thought you wanted all of them.
I heard
Sorry.
Katino Mobley from that. I don't know why.
Casino Mobley.
From like what he said, it just like sounded like
Manu Ginobili?
Katino Mobley.
But Thibs, I mean,
See, I heard Eric Snow, or I heard Tony Snow.
how did he
Tony
retire
Snow.
exactly?
The executives
think
like,
of
came
Tony Rock.
into his office and were like, "You're relieved of your duties as head coach and president."
What happened?
The owner of or the GM of the team or something like that, they came into his office and they were like, "You're relieved of your duties as head coach and president of basketball operations," and they pretty much kicked him out from right there. So,
Really? Holy shit.
Yeah.
There was tension? I didn't even know it.
I don't know.
Hey, man, there's been worse firings
Hey,
than that. So
you know,
whatever.
You know, it's hilarious. I forgot exactly who did it, but they tweeted out, damn, like after he got fired, like, damn, I guess that's the end of the Timber Bulls. I was like,
That is the end of the Timber Bulls.
yeah.
Honestly.
He was a former Bull player, I forget who it was.
Yeah, man. Thibs is gone. So again, like out with the old and in with the new. You have like who's that? Brad Stevens, Boston Celtics coach.
Right.
You have this new guy. Who's that? Flip Saunders' son.
Yeah.
Recently just got his first win.
He's the
Even though
one
he's
that's
an interim
he's
coach,
with Minnesota.
Yeah. So exactly. So it's just like you may never know. It's time for a new fix, right? We've been.
The Bulls need that, man. They got this motherfucking old ass motherfucker
Well, I mean, it's gonna take time.
bowling.
It was
might
one
find
thing the
someone
Bulls
else.
have never been afraid to do is cycle through coaches.
Yo, they'll fire the shit out of their
God,
coach.
remember some of those coaches though? What the fuck?
We've had a lot. I don't even know how many, but we've had a lot of coaches since
The only
fucking
reason why the
1998.
Bulls can't secure or even have someone like an all-star player of caliber is because they don't have the organization to back it anymore. They don't. They don't have trust. No players have trust within an organization. I mean, you can tell, right? Like you said, how many coaches they've been through. Not only that, like the back management, like, are you willing to pay for my services? Not only that, can I trust you with taking care of me or being a leader, right? Are you gonna allow me to be a leader? And then picking the coach. It's all Garpax needs to go away.
But see, that's why Thibodeau was good when he came to the
I don't know if they're ever
because-
gonna go.
The only solution for the Bulls is Garpax needs to go away.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Garpax has clones.
No,
so
no,
he's never-
go away.
Yeah, that's
They need
He's
to
just
stay.
cloned.
They need to stay
He's actually
away
losing
from the
a computer now.
organization because they can't touch it anymore.
He will be forever.
They need to go away.
They run it incorrectly. Easily. Like, there's no way, no doubt about it. They are very terrible at the job they are hired
That's
to
so
do.
This is why we had success under Tibbs, because when he first came, it was a group of young guys. There was a whole lot of veteran leadership, you know.
Yeah.
But he made sure that they got focused and that they were responsible and
But
that
see,
they
that was-
next man up mentality and just like it
That
feels
was
some
that
kind
was
of
that was
discipline in the team.
appropriate at that time
Right.
because in a time in where the East was very highly, highly competitive, I would say, because Atlanta was really good.
Mhm.
They had Josh
Atlanta
Smith.
was
They
really
had
good.
Josh Smith, yeah.
I mean, Josh Smith. I feel like such a fucking noob just naming Josh Smith, but they had a plethora of players. Atlanta, Magic was still good,
Mhm.
right? With Dwight Howard,
Yeah.
Jameer Nelson,
Yeah.
Utah was good.
Utah.
Well,
Well,
Utah
no, I'm
was-
talking
We're
about
talking
the
about
East.
East.
Yeah.
I'm talking about East right now, right? And then the Boston Celtics had the big three.
Yeah, Celtics were.
You had Cleveland and LeBron James. You had Detroit and Miami, right? Detroit with the big three.
Yep.
Ben Wallace, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton,
Yeah.
Rasheed Wallace.
Funny how Rip came.
So you had the
us.
top five, I would say,
Barely
in
played.
Detroit Pistons, right? And then you had Cleveland. Even though it was just LeBron, but you had LeBron, Eric Snow, Larry Hughes, Drew Gooden. He made them contenders. And if you want to say, oh, they're a scrub team, well, they got to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not a scrub team. So they were good. Oh yeah, the bowls with upcoming. What was that? The mini bowls that they call them with Kirk Heinrich, Ben Gordon.
But yo, that's the year they went.
Bang.
That's the year with that epic.
Andre Carlico, Nocioni.
Yeah,
Nocioni.
They had that. They had the epic series with Boston that year. When it went like triple overtime.
So it's the East was rocking that year, and that at that time Thibodeau was great for that team because they needed that competitiveness.
They need to be
from
hard
somewhere.
for that shit, man.
Exactly, to come from somewhere, and they come from the top. So now at this time, people are just running to the threes.
It's a soft ass league. There's not as much defense being played. Nothing.
Way too soft.
Yeah.
Way too soft.
I rarely watch, man. I rarely watch.
If you look at like old footage of old NBA basketball games, and you see slow motion of like how these people grab their jerseys, how they position themselves defensive wise.
Dude,
they
grab
put
their just
now,
fucking just grab.
Now just doing this, it's almost just like a foul. So you can't blame it on the refs. You can only blame it on the league itself.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
How it's developed. But then it's so fucking like crazy how the calls Harden, that fucking whack ass step back.
And so the refs
Step back three.
The refs dictate that to me.
To be honest, like if they were to play this style of gameplay in the 90s, and I know we might touch on this possibly, but look, they will get rocked. They will get elbowed in the face. It won't be a flagrant or anything at all. The next time they do that, actually it won't be the next time because they will be too afraid to do that. That's the difference between the 90s and today's.
And that's the problem. We can't compare both.
Exactly.
We can't.
Exactly. That's why it's a
That's the greatest thing about it.
But then you can't compare it because, in essence, right? If you were to take the '90s grit and grungy players, right? You take them for like what they know about defense in the '90s, and you take them today's, and they look at the soft ass defense. Can you imagine how much they're gonna take advantage of that?
Oh yeah, they know how to break it down. The problem
it's
is
not even break it down. It's just they're gonna bulldoze your.
Yeah, but the problem is
you gotta be kidding me, dude.
The problem is
you can compare
Steph
eras.
Curry wouldn't be Steph Curry.
You can compare eras. You can because
there's a difference between the eras. That's why you can compare them.
The difference is it's just
no, but listen. The era. The problem is
players and their drive.
You can't compare them, Glenn, because think about the fact that these kids nowadays came up watching soft basketball. Basketball wasn't hard basketball for a lot of these kids watching. It didn't. So their example was not what the '90s players' example was.
We don't talk to those kids.
But what I'm saying is, you can't fault them for what they know, what they.
I'm not faulting them.
But we're kind of saying to compare it. You can't compare it.
But
comparing it, I think comparing it kind of diminishes what they're doing right now.
So
and I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn nowadays to not do that.
I understand. So it's like almost like say if we were to take our skill set, right, compared to like the early days of basketball, where you see other people just dribbling weirdly. Mm-hmm. Are you saying that we can't compete with them? Physically?
No, I'm not saying that, but
that's what I'm saying. Why though? So I'm taking the 90s.
Yeah, but those are two different extremes. That's two different extremes, though. You're comparing way two different things. A developed game within the 90s and 80s to a game that was very underdeveloped with very a lot different body style.
Yeah, but you can sort of say
in the 50s. In the 50s, the body types weren't the same because in the 50s in America, you hadn't got a lot of minorities that had come and infiltrated the bloodline, and now everybody is now.
But I mean,
I'm just saying. You think about it, right?
If you're saying that, then you can say that the rules.
Well, I mean, they did, but I mean, like on a level of that, you know what I mean, like.
But the rules have devolved.
You know what I'm saying, like, and
in today's era. Then
to me, it doesn't matter.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you right now. Listen,
I don't know because when you're
you're
talking about basketball in the 50s, I don't know. Was there any black or minority basketball players in that basketball?
Well, I'm talking about top.
Just listen. Let me get this point.
60s.
Let me get this point.
You know, 60s,
Hold on.
70s.
Let me get the point across. So in those days, really in the 50s, 60s, it was probably only you. How often do you think they were allowing somebody other than a white man to play the sport? Only if you were the 6'9", 7 foot basketball player who stood out.
Well,
because you brought money.
Okay, well, let me change the era.
So
60s and 70s.
Can't go 60s. I'll go 70s. But even 70s is a transition period.
But listen. Shut up.
is pretty bad.
You can't.
It doesn't matter because
80s,
realistically, this is what it is. When you're a fan of basketball, just like you're a fan of anything else.
My bad. I know I'm in front of you. I didn't mean to do
you're
that.
a fan of basketball, just like you're a fan of anything
Try
else.
not to
You should
do
know
live.
your history. You should know your history, right? So, like rap, I grew up. By the time I bought my first CD, I was at least like 10, 11 years old.
Right.
And that's just because it happened earlier then, you know? The stuff from the 80s and stuff, I didn't grow up with that, but I learned it, you know, and I have an appreciation for it now. So the kids these days in basketball, it's not like that. They don't have an appreciation for the past. So their era
I
is
just
better.
think that I get it. You can compare, right? But what he was saying is comparing those two. It's just two different. It's almost two different games.
You can compare certain eras
it's
to
two
other
different
eras.
games. That almost the average basketball player nowadays probably has more skill than a 50 back then because of the fact that the game's evolved and it's become smoother and a lot more like stylistic.
Because
Back then it was function. Let's get to the basket. We're gonna play. I'm gonna pass, and then dribble maybe, and then you know what I mean. It was pass or shoot before dribble.
Because it was
Like
more,
always. Like
it was more hardball, but it was structured.
in the 50s. That wasn't hardball.
No, I'm not going back as far as 50s.
I'm just saying.
You can compare certain
I'm
eras to other
he
eras.
compared it to that.
But
I'm
it
just
was
saying.
still like the CBA or some shit like that. It wasn't even fucking NBA yet. Like
It was
or,
NBA, wasn't it?
I don't even know.
no, the
Oh,
Bulls
no,
started
yeah.
in '66. You're going back way too far.
What are you just using semi-pro as your history?
No.
It's time.
But the Bulls, I know the Bulls' 50th anniversary was in '16. So it's been like '60s maybe is where we're gonna go, right? And you can
60s
compare
is
certain
still
eras
soft.
to other eras.
60s was soft.
But
70s was half soft.
You can't compare like now to when basketball first started. But you can compare like a year or two afterwards when maybe like a decade afterwards.
Let's go back when probably more people are allowed to play basketball, right? Starting with Noel Chamberlain, the Bill Russells of the world, the Clyde Drexlers.
Bill Russell, as many as championships as he has.
That's why you can't compare all the eras.
Bill
You can
Russell was an
compare-
amazing
You
player.
can compare
amazing,
I'm
but
not
he wasn't.
comparing
He
the
was
era.
playing
I can compare the eras in terms of the players that I can put him in.
His competition.
Like if I were to
I
put
get
Michael Jordan in all of those eras, he would still dominate all of them.
Agreed.
Jordan.
I'm not saying
So,
that.
Jordan
No,
had-
but no. This
Jordan
is
So
not.
I
against the
can
best era,
safely
I
say
guess.
I can compare certain teams in a different era, given of what I've known.
Maybe
in the
I'm
body
just
of
saying
work
it's not
of
a
that
it's
team.
not a fair comparison.
Oh,
A fair comparison would
I mean-
be to compare a '90s team to now because you're like, okay, physically fairly similar, just a different game, right?
Yeah.
So how would they
That's what
adapt?
I'm saying. So you
How would
can't
they
compare the whole
adapt?
game.
How would they adapt to this game? This game
Right.
to that game.
So you can compare
And-
close eras like '90s to 2000s. You can compare that.
Agreed,
And
but
so
you can't take the
compare
white boy from
50s to
50s
2010s.
to now.
Well, that's what I said. Let me recorrect.
Dude, they look
And
up
then-
like, who the fuck is this?
But then,
fuck
what's
you
your,
guys. I'm
what's your
going home.
argument with the 70s,
Pete
80s, and era?
I'm saying '80s.
The
'80s.
logo.
You can compare. I don't think '70s is
What is Jay West
as
playing?
developed as
Space
it
Jam.
is.
Well, I mean, even with the.
But you can say
modern
you can
era.
be like, oh, you put them in there, you drop them in a game, they're gonna dominate. But for sure, right? I'm saying a more fair comparison to say what is a more formidable opponent in a theoretical talk.
I would
Right?
say.
So you can say 80s, 90s, and now is the more comparable eras. Before then, you're gonna be like, you could drop them in there and they're gonna destroy him.
I would
Dream
agree.
Team,
Exactly.
92, everybody else.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
And my
So,
point is,
I
that's
would
my
agree,
point is
okay?
because you could compare
But-
the eras and point like.
But I guess
This is what you have
I'm
to
just
take into
meaning what is
consideration.
a more what's the point in talking about what is a more meaningful conversation to have?
You
Who
have to
we're
take
gonna
into
compare?
consideration the fact that now you get paid all kinds of money from it, and this is people's only job. Back then, it was basically a hobby.
No, you're right.
And now
you're
they
right,
have
you're
all
right.
the most state-of-the-art
Good point.
fucking training shit. They should be better now.
I feel like if anything,
It's
it's
a
the other
good
way
point.
around. I feel like it was a job back then when it was Jordan boys. But like
No, yeah. I'm saying when you go
Now
like
it's
back,
Back in the day, like
No.
where like they were playing ball at night, but like
Now I feel like it's just a
throwing
hobby
mail
that you pay
in the
for.
morning and
Like,
shit.
yeah, like this was like a hobby outside of like 50s, 60s, 70s,
I get
like
that.
you know.
I get that.
Now they're making salaries that all they have to worry about is basketball.
Your argument is valid. You can compare it. I'm just saying, what is like what conversation is more worth having? The one of like 80s, 90s compared to now, or like now compared to like a fucking whole bunch of little boys.
You
playing
give
ball,
me you give me coming out Kobe Bryant in his early years over, I would say, anybody in this league today at any time.
Kobe Bryant early years, like what? Give me a year.
What was that? His rookie year, 2000s. Right?
Rookie year? No, his rookie year was like 90s.
No, I'm talking about the pro.
Like 97.
I'm talking about the pro.
Or 98.
Growing
I
up.
forget one of those.
Even though he did not start it right, but given his mentality, given how he has that killer instinct, in today's game in his prime,
I take Kobe.
Are you kidding me?
I don't take Kobe that over this. I take Kobe probably
I will take Kobe
first or second
2002,
championship.
2003.
2001 or 2.
No, I'll take him in his developing years because the reason why is because these kids don't know what it's like to get in that grit
No,
or that mentality.
Yeah,
of like
but
once you
Kobe,
taste it.
Kobe developed in a better time though. If he were developing now, he'd be getting this ages game.
But Kobe was also a student of the game.
No, but
which kind of throws off his whole legacy after that.
But see,
Yeah.
Kobe deep down inside, he's a pompous asshole.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, deep down
That's
inside,
how I was
and that's
I
why.
like
and that's
veteran
why.
retired
Hold
Kobe,
on.
man.
That's why I can compare LeBron James in other eras because if you were to take how he takes fouls in today's game, and you were to take him in the mentality, the brutality that other players give him mentally and physically, in the eras back then, no.
No, that's the thing. That's a
No.
true thing. Eras also didn't. It wasn't only physically
It was attitude.
or
It
skills.
was a time.
It was
a time.
mentality. It made you a stronger mentally person.
But
so like
it was the attitude era
MJ
in
going
many,
against
many
the
ways.
bad boys made him stronger than anything
Without a
else
doubt.
could have made him.
Without a doubt.
Because it made him not only work stronger at his body, but like I have to mentally prepare for these motherfuckers and be able to.
I don't know.
And then what did LeBron do?
Yeah, it was the attitude era in almost every fucking sport.
Wrestling,
Yeah.
basketball, football. There was grit
Yeah.
in the 90s.
Shit, even baseball.
Baseball, there was grit. There was a steroids. era.
Okay, can we talk about how baseball needs to bring steroids back?
Well, I mean, we should get back into podcast topics like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this was completely off topic.
I mean, it's.
Wait. This is
we had-
serious.
we had
I
a big
brought this up
discussion.
to numerous folks.
I know.
we
but
literally
it's-
had a big discussion about should we compare
No,
the eras.
no.
And yes, absolutely.
First of all,
We should compare
Absolutely.
eras,
First
but
of
we
all,
should compare formidable eras.
I would
Right.
not allow steroids in any professional sport because
Dude, baseball was so boring, and then they started fucking injecting these steroids
If
in
they're
themselves
boring-
and jacking 7,000 home runs a fucking season.
if they're boring, then stop playing these players a whole bunch of money just to sit there and hit a ball. Period.
Yeah.
So
Dude, people used to do this shit just for no reason.
Dude, Mark McGuire was like, home run. Sammy Sosa's like, oh yeah, home run. My family.
It
And
was
then-
honestly-
and afterwards he's like,
It was honestly just
back
like-
and forth.
and then
forth.
after that he's like, I speak no English.
Yeah.
In court. In which it's kind of
And now he's white.
Right? He was Dominican as fuck back then?
Yo, Sammy
Why
Sosa.
fuck now?
Sammy Sosa
Anyways.
deserves. Yo, us. Sammy Sosa deserves recognition
straight up,
from the
though.
Chicago Cubs.
Not a bit of fucking pigment.
Would you agree? Hey, would you agree with that? Sammy Sosa deserves recognition from.
Yeah, why not?
But
With an asterisk.
what do you mean no?
With an asterisk.
Man, he brought baseball back almost
With-
single-handedly,
with an
but
asterisk.
with 3 other hands,
And
including
he still
Mark
didn't
McGwire.
bring he still didn't bring us the title, so I'm not fucking concerned about him at all.
Dude, he brought excitement to the fucking league.
Yes, because he was on drugs.
So he was on some bullshit.
It
Baseball
was all
would have
a lie.
died.
was all a lie. It's like when
Baseball
you
had
found
a
out-
lockout season or some shit like.
It did.
It's
It had
like-
a strike or some shit. 94,
You're right.
93?
No,
Why
it
do you
was
think
after
they
that.
kind of allowed it?
Was it-
Because they're like, hey, it's gaining views.
It's like when you found out that wrestling was fake. It just lost all of its
Football
appeal.
did the same shit.
Man, I'm
Those
all
guys.
good with motherfuckers being able to hit a ball across fucking half the city.
Listen, I could take some fucking steroids and go
No.
hit a ball.
If they can
Let
take
me get
steroids
millions.
and get paid millions of dollars, let me take steroids and get paid
Yeah.
millions of dollars too.
Okay. Well, if
No,
you can hit the
'cause no one
ball,
will hit-
I
no
don't
one will give me
know,
millions.
man. Can you hit a ball?
I have to
Well,
have
are you
the
going to
steroids
give me
and
$1 million
hit a ball.
to hit a ball?
Maybe.
Well, then let's go ahead and try it out if I get steroids.
Yeah.
If
I'm
you get
telling you, I would
steroids,
do
I
it.
mean,
what
Wait. There's a whole other conversation. There's a whole other conversation.
I'm just saying.
If you get steroids, who Do you know that can get you
I'm
steroids?
not gonna get steroids. I'm just saying.
How do
Hypothetical.
you get steroids?
Obliterating baseball.
I don't know how you get steroids. You gotta know a doctor who's like willing
I mean,
to
you
do
don't
some
No,
say
like
much argument,
black
right?
market,
It's just
black,
like,
black
you know.
market steroids. You're like, yo.
I'm just saying we have other
Yo,
professionals
Doc,
that can get
you know those things.
So I got this deal with some friends, right? And I want to hit some home runs. Hit some steroids.
Oh, dude, you know?
It's like, oh yeah, fucking
I want to hit some
Mark
home runs.
McGuire deal. Right? I got you.
I want to hit some home runs.
Oh, you want that Mark McGuire?
I'm gonna give you a 3-month supply.
We got the Sammy Sosa, we
You'll
got
be,
the Mark
you'll be
McGuire.
hitting dingers in 2 weeks.
Yo.
Don't worry about it.
We got the
Yo,
Alex
sign
Rodriguez.
me up, Doc. Sign
Like
me
for
up.
some reason, Doc, I just can't seem to put on any weight.
We got the Barry
$1
Bonds.
That $1 million is yours.
Fucking sign me up. I'll take. Yo, I'll
2
be.
weeks later, Sam's just like,
Yeah, man, what's the next topic?
Dude, fucking Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa look fine. Sammy Sosa just looked like he jumped in a fucking bowl of
Sammy
bleach.
Sosa's been
Let's
racist.
bring it back out to
Sammy
baseball
Sosa
world.
just
People.
bathes in bleach.
But that should
Is
also,
it white yet? No.
That
Okay.
should also give you more insight onto how crazy that shit made him, because now he's white. The man is
Yes.
I just said
he's
he's
like,
both.
listen, everybody! Told you I have a
Steroids
Sounded like fucking...
Steroids fucked him up.
Never
That's
seen
all
it,
I'm
bro.
saying. Steroids fucked him up.
Listen. Enough of the baseball. I don't care. And Sammy Sosa.
He got vitiligo, vitiligo.
Alright, so what's in this topic, bro?
Was it vitiligo?
He got vitiligo.
I think it was a bunch of bullshit. Anyway.
He got vitiligo.
Vitiligo?
Vitiligo.
Hey, no motherfucking vitiligo.
What the fuck it is? Alright, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh Lord, I agree with you. I don't think it was either, but
Get the ticket.
Oh shit.
so we're gonna save that other topic.
Yeah, there's no way we're gonna be able to
Nope.
infiltrate that topic.
So
So 2 hours.
For real. So one more note about Chicago. They set a tourism record in 2018
That's what's up.
for how many? 57.6 million people.
That's
And
cool.
all I can think to myself is why.
Yep.
Have you not heard? Why would you come? It gets
We
worse
al-
every year.
We also
Almost every year.
Almost fucking every
Illinois
year.
also had the largest amount of folks moving out.
Yeah,
I believe that.
Of
which
the
makes
state.
more sense. And those the people
Every
who are
other
visiting
state
just
around
don't
us
know
had
about
people
it.
moving into them.
Well, it's...
I don't understand. Like,
People moving out. People moving in. Why?
but you're bound to break
Is
records
that an
like
actual
that.
song?
It is.
You're bound to
Is
break
that
records
your
like that.
That was the Sister Act too. So, no.
Is that your single?
First of all, that shit ain't me. That was Whoopi Goldberg. But no.
I asked if it was a real song, and you were like, "Yep." I was
That
like,
is an
"Well,
actual
I'm gonna
song.
ask this question, and I don't know if it's, you know."
So,
Because
So-
of the color of the skin.
so I don't know why.
Run, but you sure can't hide.
So I just don't know why people are joining or coming to Chicago to visit. It's fucked. It is
It's
horrible.
No, because it's a cool city to be. They cater to tourism.
Yeah, it's a cool ass city to be in for a week.
to people with money.
You
They
can't
cater
live
to
here.
tourism.
Can't
Oh,
live
if you
$57.6 million.
only stay downtown, right?
It's still expensive as fuck.
Guaranteed, whoever visited
No,
here
but I
was
get it,
like,
but-
I can't wait to go back home.
I think, yeah, because it's mad expensive and shit. Like,
And not even downtown is like safe to just walk randomly in the middle of the night.
Well, it's a lot safer than most. I mean, I've been to
Ruthless
New
ass
York
bums
downtown.
and shit.
It's a lot cleaner than New York. That's for
There's-
sure.
there's-
no,
different-
New York is dirty. Yo.
It's
dirty as hell, and
If
there's
you're
a lot
throwing
more.
your trash out in the front of your
There's
car,
a more.
I'm not.
There's a lot more grungier people than
we
there
still-
is.
There's no alleys in New
out
York,
the
yo.
Dude,
world.
I mean, the
still
last
have
time I was
more
there,
rats.
we were
We
just
still have more
going to
rats.
bars, walking over
What the fuck are you
garbage.
talking about? No alley.
We still have more
There's
rats
no
in New
alleys.
York, and it's
Yeah,
dirtier there.
it's
so
crazy.
I don't understand that.
We should do what they do and probably throw shit in the front. Maybe rats don't go in the front.
Shit.
I think people should just be more clean.
Fuck out of here.
Hell
Put
no.
that shit back.
Do that shit.
Goddamn alley, motherfucker. I'm about to put that shit back there.
Just throw it out.
Out of sight, out of mind, like a motherfucker. That's how we do in Chicago.
But it's really inconvenient to have to walk it
And
all
it's
the way
not in front of
there
us.
sometimes.
That's all back there.
Shit, if I could throw my shit in the front, I'd be like all day.
Keep it in the alley. That's where we keep our trash and all the shit we don't like.
Get out of here.
Open up the window and throw it out.
What do you mean there's no alley? I'll throw it in
That's
the
your fucking
front.
sidewalk back there.
What are
New
you,
York.
savages?
New Yorkers walk back there and it's fucking in the alley. That's what they do.
Yeah,
What do they
so-
think of our alleys?
Yeah, I wonder, right? Like they think.
Well, in terms of
What the
tourism-
fuck is this big
Hey,
sidewalk
oh,
doing in the middle of the
Chicago's
alley?
all
In
big
terms of
time.
tourism,
They're all big
What
time.
is like the
Fucking
number one
alleys
spot
and
that
shit.
they?
Oh, you got a fucking sidewalk for your cars?
I didn't know too much.
Apparently, all New Yorkers are Italian, by the way.
This is where your cars walk?
Fucking bullshit. I don't fucking get this shit.
They got a house for your cars? What is
It's
this?
like throws a slice of pizza on the ground. I don't want fucking shit.
The people from New York are gonna want to kill us.
They're like just a whole other back alley that we can kill each other with. We've been doing it in the front.
Chicago is the best way, the best city.
Dude, it's all about the alleys are made for murderers.
It's all about how you dispose of bodies. Dude.
It's literally the mob built the city so that they can have a place to take people out that's not in front of everybody and they get rid of it.
Yeah.
The mob built the fucking alleys.
Yeah.
For real. I mean, so that's some fucked up shit.
No, they looked in New York like, that's dumb. What should we do is put a fucking road in the back of our houses, right? That's where we throw all our shit anyway. They drive through there, they pick the shit up. Hey, fucking bada boom, bada bing.
Hey, we got a smart guy over here.
Fucking smart guy, eh? Smart guy, this guy over here. That's the funniest shit. Like, the way they talk, they be like, fucking cool guy, this guy over here.
Yeah, what is that, right?
Like, the adjective and then the rest of the fucking thing.
Yeah, I'm fucking right here, Tony. What's up?
This fucking Glenn guy over fucking
Like, I'm
this
not
guy
even sure
here.
if that's a compliment or you're insulting me in
Fucking
sarcasm. I can't tell.
Like, well, my name's Jason.
Like, I am pretty
I'm
cool.
right here, Tony.
Tough guy, this guy.
Why
Yeah?
are you joking?
Like, what?
No, I'm just telling my name.
Like,
That's all.
are you talking? Why do you? Why
No,
are you
that's my
talking
name.
reverse?
Tough guy Tony.
Why are
I'm
you
just gonna leave.
Why are you speaking in reverse? What is this shit?
Tough guy, this guy.
Hey, tough guy, this is.
Tough guy, this guy. Hey, what?
All right, off of this. People.
A whole bunch of like.
I think we've done more than enough.
Bibbidi bobbidi.
I think we've done more than enough.
Bobbidi
This is
boop.
that
More than enough.
Bobbidi boop.
One thing I'm excited to talk about, well, not really talk about it, at least just mention because there's not much to talk about yet, but Coming to America 2 has been announced.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Eddie Murphy.
I really hope they bring Soul Glow back.
So what I read is the
And the band too.
what I read a couple things there. Said they want to bring back as many, if not all of the cast as
that's
much
what's
as
up.
possible.
That's what's up.
James Earl Jones still alive?
Yes, he is.
Oh man, that's dope. Good for.
No, I mean, gee, that's a valid ass fucking confirmation right there, though. Because you never know.
James Earl Jones is the narrator for everything.
Actually, to be very honest, James Earl
Is he
Jones.
still alive? Yes,
James Earl Jones actually, he's part of the new Lion King. as well.
yeah.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Hey,
Well,
what was
that's
that
good.
movie
That's
he
cool
did?
because that would make sense that it'd be cool if he could be part of the new one.
What was that movie he did for
Wait, what?
Adam
What do you
Sandler? He was
The-
like, shut up, James Earl Jones.
What's it called?
Like the newest Lion King.
No, I'm talking about.
They're making like a real life. Yeah. He's going to be the...
Right, but
It's
are
Mufasa,
you
man.
talking about the word?
Yeah, I was asking that.
He's fucking.
So I was talking about James Earl Jones being part of the newest Lion King that's coming out. So
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you
That's what
talking
you're
about?
right?
Well,
Same thing you talking about.
Same
Apparently
thing
you
you talking about.
What are we talking about?
Isn't James Earl Jones the motherfucker from Coming to America? Isn't James Earl Jones the motherfucker from Coming to America?
Well, so yeah, he's
That's what I was
He's
talking
a
about.
king.
He's the king.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking.
That's why
That's
I'm a
why,
king around
that's why I
it.
brought it up.
Excuse me.
Because I was wondering if he would be able to be part of that. Lion King would be cool.
No, he is
Coming to
part of
America
Lion
too.
King. No,
would be
he
better.
is on.
Is he gonna be Coming to America again?
He's coming.
Coming back to America.
Can we speculate real quick?
Coming twice to America.
Can we speculate real quick?
He's
on
coming to America
what
again.
the titles will be? Like
So
Coming to America too. Semi's gonna get laid this time.
Semi got laid. He got laid last time. He got laid the first time.
No, now we're here for Semi's bride.
Oh yeah, right.
No, okay, for real though, I read they were
Although
talking about
Semi was dude's servant though. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he fucking was living the life.
The world doesn't give a fuck about who he's marrying.
Remember, but the best thing is that's true. That's true. But it
Oh,
would
you
be
get
fun.
married? Here's
It would be a-
5 rubles.
It would be mad funny. Rubles.
Oh.
Just be a gargle.
It's a whole gaggle.
A gaggle. A
Here's
gargle.
Here's 5
No.
drams.
Is that a
But,
gaggle of
No, I read that they said that. No, I read they said that it's going to be something about he has a long lost son and he has to go back and he's got to go meet him because he's the heir or the rightful next heir
Who's
to the
Sammy?
throne. No,
But he didn't nail
What
nobody
the
else.
fuck is his name? What the fuck is his name? Akeem.
He didn't nail anybody else. So why does he have a long lost son? Is it long lost sons in America?
Dog, I don't know. That's what the fuck they said though on the fucking synopsis of what they were speculating might be happening.
Because he
So
married
really, they don't know. But that's what they said.
They don't know.
And then, but
That should
they
be
said
just
that
enough.
he has to come back, and it's from
Eddie Murphy was like, yeah, all right, we'll do it.
Yo, I'm hoping it's just as good, man.
I hope so too.
It can't be as good. It's not gonna be. I'm not gonna set my sights that high.
You never know, man.
When they try to recapture
Arsenio
something,
Hall,
it's been 30
Arsenio Hall
years.
is still like.
It's been
with
30
it,
years.
but he's still there.
Quick.
Right.
I'm just not gonna.
And I'm sure Eddie Murphy is.
I just bought one
They
of the
say
top
when
Bible figures of Akeem.
They say I think they say because a lot of the comedians been at like tables together recently, like all like the really dope comedians, and they say like when they're together, the best or the funniest is always still Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that dude is just fucking.
I want to hear him cuss again, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, if he's not cussing in
I want to hear him just go off, man.
Coming to America, he don't need to be in that movie. Better stay your ass in Zamunda. That should be the name of the movie.
Akeem stays in Zamunda.
Coming to America, but not Akeem.
That's your Royal Highness.
Zamunda.
Your Royal Highness.
Akeem, stay your ass here. That's what it is.
Highness' penis is clean and shit. Fuck out of here.
Akeem got
Stay over
grounded.
there, that shit.
Coming to America without
Fuck out of here.
170.
Oh man.
The last thing I don't want to hear somebody be like, yeah, while he's singing, love, you know what it's
I love that shit.
to
Those
be
lyrics.
loved, and he's like, shut the fuck up, yes, you shut the fuck. Like, if he can't say that, I don't want to hear him fucking like, no, buddy, you be quiet, shut the fuck up.
Nah, yeah.
If I don't hear the royal penis is clean, your highness.
I hope, which I just said. Yeah.
I say that shit to myself like once a
When
week.
did you say that?
I'm gonna say at least 2 minutes ago.
Didn't catch. Sorry.
It's okay.
I really didn't hear you say that. It's not gonna lie.
Yeah, I did.
It could be just because I'm trying to sound you out and sometimes sound you out because you guys just like, Yeah.
Damn.
But sometimes that happens as a host. You just gotta sound them out. Not pay attention.
All right. So what do you think? So what's the title of the new movie? Just because
It didn't say his title. It just said he has basically said yes. I'm gonna do.
It's dope.
confirmed.
That's dope. It's
Coming to
confirmed.
America 2. So I'm not sure what it's gonna be called, but
Speaking of like movies that being confirmed, I never watched Breaking Bad, but they got Bryan Cranston confirmed that.
oh, Breaking Bad movie, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
I wonder if it
Interesting.
continues from the show. Or
I have not watched the whole show, so I don't know.
Yeah. So, but I know we don't
Yeah.
like to get political, but for some reason it popped in my head, and The Rock said, I don't know how political it is, but The Rock said basically that the snowflake generation is ruining it for everybody and shit, or like making us go backwards. Essentially, saying like they look for a reason to be offended for everything.
we're digressing.
The Rock says.
The Rock says, and that's the bottom line.
Well, that's so cold, bro.
I know, but it'd be dope if Stone Cold would come out and say some shit like that. Stone Cold, hey, imagine like everywhere you go, everywhere you go, a racist does something, you're breaking glass, and you hear. No, you don't hear. You literally see Stone Cold
Just bust through some glass. So they have like two people holding glass, and he has to jump through.
No. I'm envisioning literally Stone Cold like, oh yeah, and he throws a fucking bottle. Then oh man, this is the dumbest fucking thing. But imagine if Stone Cold beat races up every time you heard him.
Throws a baseball through a window.
Imagine Stone Cold.
It's just different time. It's just different ways to break glass before he beats a racist ass.
Oh, good God.
That would be funny.
Imagine Stone Cold and The Rock just fighting over presidency, just as they were fighting over the WWE
Dude,
championship.
I would love for them to be president and vice
Dude,
president. I don't even care who's which.
He does not give a fuck about being president.
Stone Cold is just drunk chilling.
Do I get to drink beer? Alright, sign me up.
Remember they did that thing where they were like showing him like different kinds of mixed drinks?
Yeah.
He was like, "The hell is this? Sex on the beach?" It's pretty good. He was like, where's my beer?
He said it's pretty good. Yo, Stone Cold is one. It's funny.
What is this?
He's my
diabetes.
It's hilarious and it's probably stupid, but I don't give a fuck. Stone Cold is probably my second favorite athlete after Michael Jordan.
I'm not even mad at that though. I'm not even mad.
Yo, Stone Cold was the shit. Glenn, shut the fuck up.
All my finest memories of the WWF.
Stop fucking laughing at my shit.
All my finest memories of the WWF involve him.
Huh?
All my finest memories.
Oh man! Every time he beat 50 people's asses.
When he whipped everybody's ass in the Ministry of Darkness, that was my shit. To get Stephanie back down.
He's the second. Dude, he would come in with a bat and just kill everybody. They would just nobody can stop him.
He had the Big Show bring the Titantron down, remember?
Yeah. He's like, you bring that shit down.
You got him mad.
That was the illest shit.
He whipped Booker T's ass in the fucking supermarket.
That was funny as hell.
Yo, Stone Cold for president all day.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
But yeah, I'm sorry. He's probably my second favorite. Just because of when I put it into how it made me feel in terms of excitement, I have to.
Yeah.
And then you can find other people that's arguable, whatever. But man, for real, Stone Cold is gotta be up there.
Yeah.
But I think the idea for a sketch of somebody playing Stone Cold beating racist asses, but
busting through the glass.
but let's say you're playing a racist, right? They cut to me saying and I got the Stone Cold the 316 vest, right? And then you throw the next scene is me throwing a bottle or me throwing something through a glass window. Or jumping through glass.
It's one of those tools that you break the glass in case of emergency in a car.
We are brainstorming on a podcast that is hilarious. Anyway, that's funny shit. Yeah. But what else?
All right. So as far as sports go, that's all we really got. That's all I had planned anyway. The only music story that I really there's not a whole lot going on in music.
No, not really.
The beginning.
I think soon though.
I'm fine with it.
I hope soon.
I'm so fine with it.
Yeah,
I have no problem.
Little break ski.
Yeah, thank you, hip
2
hop.
weeks
I've been waiting. I've been waiting for this little break. Maybe there's some big things happening with other artists. I'm not 100% sure. I know J. Cole and TD, they got his Dreamville recording session.
Yeah, J. Cole's been in the studio with a good amount of people recently.
Yeah.
Even with Big Crit.
Yeah, he's been all over there. I know
Sam's about to get his features from J. Cole finally.
Not on his album.
Yo.
Yeah.
And if he, I don't know. Just give me something.
He's not gonna.
Give me one song that is yours that I can and say that you did exactly what you do on your guest features.
He went platinum 4 times.
You know what I'm saying?
He went platinum 4 times.
I don't care about any of that.
He's not. I'm just saying he is not going to want to change the recipe.
Though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's not going to change his recipe.
I was rapping Who That the other day in the shower.
So
Who that?
So why is it that you don't?
Bitch, I got that for you.
Do you want me to go into this again?
Yeah. So
no.
Okay, maybe not. Yeah, right. I guess I just don't remember. But we'll talk about it later. Fuck it. We'll just talk about it.
The long short of it or whatever is the fact that J. Cole is just the wrong way.
My thing is, my man does production and is he does everything. It's his project.
I get it, but that don't mean the projects are gonna be good.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry if it ain't
listen, man, if you don't like it, you don't like it.
Each his own.
I'm not saying his other albums weren't successful. I'm saying the last 2 to me weren't.
All I was getting at was
and
he's not going to change the recipe
breaking
because he's been successful.
What?
All I was saying is he's not going to change his recipe because he's been successful.
Oh, agreed. He don't have to change because of me. I'm just saying my personal opinion on it is that.
Yeah.
You know, that he can benefit from a break in the monotony of what he has already created over the span of the last.
I would say
all of his albums.
I could see a feature or two kicking him in platinum a little bit faster, maybe going multi-platinum.
I'm not even talking about platinum going anything. I'm talking about a musical.
So does it actually factor in?
I don't think it would because you open up to a fan base that otherwise may not be yours. You know? Yeah. And
I'm just talking about in terms of a song that's dope. I don't care about my dope isn't what the platinum selling. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I'm looking for a specific sound from him, and when I got the reference of what he had put out before that I feel like he doesn't do anymore, that's what I can only be judging it on. What I feel like was your last good at bat.
Yeah. I get that. All right, well, we don't want to go back into. I don't want to go back into it.
Who that?
Too much J. Cole over the last few episodes. But I wanted to say, I know Game, right? He's supposed to have a tour, but he's denied entry into Canada still, so he had to cancel his tour dates there. And I was like, well, why did you set up dates there?
What
clarification that
you didn't know you couldn't go?
He was like, but I'm the Game.
And well, so like, I feel like he might have done that.
Was it like eating Triple H?
Before he found out what was gonna happen.
Yeah, it's maybe true. I mean, but I think you usually know.
It's possible to book like months in advance.
He's got to have like somebody that handles that kind of shit.
He hangs out with Drake.
You should know.
He hangs out with Drake, so I'm sure he tried to get over there at some point. And they're like, nah.
He's gonna call. He'll be like, yo, Drizzy, what up?
Give me a fake passport.
Or you think he calls him Drizzy, Drake, or like Aubrey?
He called him Drizzy on one of his songs.
Damn sure don't call him Aubrey.
You don't think he calls him Aubrey?
I don't think Drake lets any man call him
You don't think Game be like, yo, Aub?
He ain't got no choice. That's his name.
He doesn't have a choice.
You don't think Game calls him Aub?
See, but I feel like he does, though. I feel like he's...
A-U-B?
Like,
Aub, what up, Aub?
The Game's more gangster than Drake will ever be.
I feel like he's
I feel like if the Game wants to call him Aubrey,
you think he calls him WCJ?
What?
Wheelchair Jimmy?
So you're telling me that you wouldn't call Drake Aubrey?
I would definitely call him Wheelchair Jimmy if I was
like
person.
not like right away. Like first
you don't think
what's up, Aubrey? No.
Why? You wouldn't call Drake W.
You're that much of a puss to not call a celebrity like his name?
Hold up.
I'm just saying.
Damn. Glenn calling Dave out on the podcast.
I'm just saying, why would you call Drake Aubrey, bro? Why are you
No, you
scared
should
of him?
fuck Aubrey, call him WCJ.
If I went up to Eminem, I'd be like, hey, what's up, Mr. Marshall?
He played wheelchair
Mr. Marshall
Jimmy.
Mathers, how are you? It's nice to meet you.
I wouldn't
Thank
call,
you for
I'm
your
not
work.
calling Eminem Marshall
No,
Mathers.
but I wouldn't be afraid to.
I know, not that, but I'm not saying that I am. Or
He's
maybe.
shady.
You can say something. I'm just saying, like, why would you be afraid to call Drake Aubrey?
He just said you could say something, but then repeated, like, started talking again after that. Stop talking. So
This is the struggle of life I deal with, so...
no one's scared of a goddamn person, first of all I'm saying
You said you
is
wouldn't do it.
if the artist's name is Drake, I'm going to call him Drake.
Drake?
Okay.
But
I'm not going to walk up and be like, yo, what's up, Aubrey? Just to be like, yo, is he going to fucking be
I
froggy?
wouldn't say that, but I would
Is he
just say,
froggy?
like, would you not want to call him Aubrey if the...
I'm not going to call him dude Aubrey.
But guys,
personally,
who
I
gives a
am
fuck?
I am who I am.
no, I'm calling him like, yo, what up, Aub?
Yeah,
Aub, what
if
up?
I'm the Game, I can do whatever I want, dude. I'm the Game. I'm the Game.
You know what?
Okay. Here's a better question. Do you think the game's calling?
It's fine.
Okay.
I'm done
Do you think the game's calling Drake like?
Because
yo,
you're saying, like, if
what
I was
up?
the Game, I wouldn't call him Aubrey.
What
But
do you-
why not?
No.
It's artist to artist.
I did not say that. I said if I was in that situation, I wouldn't call a dude Aubrey.
Okay.
Why not?
Better question. Do you think the game's calling Drake like, hey, what up, Drake? It's the game. Like introducing
No,
himself as the
exactly.
game, or do you think he's like, yo, what up, Aubrey? It's Jason Young.
Although in one of the games,
I think it's funny that he
in one of the
introduced
games
himself
albums,
as the game.
in one of the games
It's the
albums,
game.
he had Nas on there, and he was like, "Hey, Game, it's your brother Nas."
Right.
Nas
You know what I'm
is
saying?
Yeah, but Nas's name is Nasir.
That works.
But that's his rap name.
But his name is it's his abbreviation for his real name, which he's been called for his whole life. The game is like, I'm sure he's been called the game, but the game is, but the game
I
isn't.
see where you're at.
The game isn't short for
sorry.
JC.
So like 50 Cent. So like 50
Don't
Cent
say a real
and
fucking
Curtis
answer.
Jackson.
I'm
You wouldn't call him Curtis
No, I'm
Jackson?
sorry.
Yo, the game, but then again,
I'm
Drake
just saying
is short
that
for
right now.
Aubrey.
I'm just
I'm
saying,
so
man.
sorry.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like I wouldn't mind
Do
calling.
you think Drake calls Game JC on him?
No! Hell no!
How do you know?
I
Well,
don't
how do you
know.
know?
I don't know.
Do you
don't
know? If
exactly.
you got Drake, and would you expect me to go by your artist
I
name?
think it's like if I was fucking Game, I don't want to be called JC on him. Like, just don't call me.
So I gotta call you the game?
Just call me some shit.
So every time I greet you, I'm like,
what up, my dude?
Well, every time I greet you, I'm like,
what up, my dude?
What up, the game?
No, what up, my dude? What up, my dude?
What up, the game?
I mean, I could say what up game, but I
You
wouldn't
think
say
people greet the weekend
what up,
like,
my
what up,
brother?
the weekend?
or
Or do
I
they
could
say-
say what up Drake, but if I were in a position where it's just like if
game.
I'm coming up to you
I call you the
and like
game.
I need a passport to Canada or some shit, and like, hey, what's up Drake? I'd be like, hey, what up Aubrey? Can you fucking get me into Canada? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I rarely be trying to use like pronouns. I'd be like, what?
I think it's
You
hilarious.
know what I'm
Like,
saying?
what about
I wouldn't feel that bad.
What about back in the day when you saw your favorite band? I think it's funny to address a group of people as one word. What up, Aerosmith?
Why not?
Just a whole bunch
I mean,
of dudes.
it's just it's a band, right?
Oh,
It's like,
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang, nice to meet you.
I mean,
and you.
You go to
and
a
you.
Bulls game and say, let's go
and
Bulls.
you. And you.
You
and
don't
you.
go to fucking a Bulls game and say, let's go.
But doesn't it solidify my point then?
What do you mean? Oh, calling him by the game?
Oh, now I'm just trying to
No,
make
you're
fun
saying
of
that I wouldn't call him, and I'm asking you why not.
No, because it makes more sense to call them by the artist's name.
Dave, I've long passed the seriousness of this.
But
You understand what I'm fucking saying?
But-
I need somebody to
No,
know.
no.
God damn it!
But this is a plural.
That's-
This is
you
more
just-
than one individual
You
in a single
just
group.
completely.
No, hold on. We're comparing a group and an individual, like,
It is-
like in
I'm
entities.
just making fun of
Drake
people's
and
names
Aubrey
now.
is it together.
An artist.
No. Drake and Aubrey are
He's an
together.
artist.
The Beatles are artists.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Okay? Plural, my
If you
friend.
met, if you met Jadakiss, would you call him Kiss?
Yeah, hey,
No,
hey,
no.
In your own band.
I was thinking, what up, Jay?
In your own band, right? In your own band. Would you want to be preferred in your old band's name, or would your new or your new solo artist's name?
What's the most awkward
What is
name
it?
to call somebody? Like,
No, I'm saying,
like
if you're in the band, right?
like
And you
a-
went
a
solo,
artist, like,
So,
you're gonna be like,
because
what's
I
up,
am
Meatloaf?
using a moniker that's not my name,
I'm
Meatloaf,
saying-
what up?
definitely want to be called my artist name
Ex-
and be called Dave.
So
Well,
that means
in terms of that,
So you
so
get
I,
big,
so
I gotta
me,
call
you
you
and
by
me
your
Hold up!
personally.
Hold
No, because this is personal now. Because you said if Drake, if
The
if
game
were
and
to
Drake
call-
don't go back fucking forever like we do.
no, it
We
doesn't
are boys.
matter though. But
I
if-
feel like Drake has his people that can call him Aubrey, but if some new motherfucker's like, yo, what up, Aubrey? He's like, don't call me Aubrey.
But he makes money with him. It's different. You allow certain things.
I don't give a fuck. If I was a game, I'd be like, dude, I have more fucking mileage over your ass. I could call you Aubrey if I want to.
Well, no, just be like, yo, I just don't like being called that. Just don't call me that.
Oh, then there you go. Problem solved.
Shut the fuck up.
Problem solved. That's all you needed to say, dude.
Shut the fuck up.
That's all. You didn't even clarify that at all during this our argument.
Because you were listening. God damn it.
We were listening.
Because y'all are talking bullshit.
So when people call,
I understand your pain. God damn it.
You know what
so
I'm
when
saying?
people greet the
That's all you
weekend,
need
do
to
they
say.
say the weekend or do they call them weekend?
That's all you needed to say, dude.
I'm about to do shit like this for the
What's
Play
up?
the-
What
play
up?
the footage.
What up,
This guy
X?
didn't say anything.
What up,
I ain't got shit else to
XOXO?
fucking say right now. I'm straight.
No.
I'll give you this. If I met Jay-Z, I wouldn't call him Sean. You know?
Oh, I'm calling him Hova.
Yeah.
God damn it. God damn
But
it.
see, this is. But see, do you know him personally?
No.
Like, would you know him personally?
I may call
Well,
him
then there
J
you
Hova.
go.
Well, if I knew him personally, yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I
He's
make-
saying
I'm probably
that
calling.
he wouldn't, as a game, as a person being the game, right? If he was the game, he wouldn't call Drake by his real name. But why not? That is a question that needs to
So
be asked.
I don't know. but
That's it, right?
I like to pick.
That's it.
I
He
like
does it on a
to,
personal level.
I like
That
to-
is it.
I-
And then he doesn't clarify.
Yo, I personally like to think of a world where they greet each other with the rapper names.
Oh,
It
why
just-
not?
it's funnier to me.
I can see
And
that.
it makes
Hey,
me.
hey,
It makes me.
hey,
It makes me
we
happy
know.
to think that Game is on his cell phone, like, you know what I mean, at the
I'd
crib,
rather believe the
flipping
talking
some
shit.
fucking eggs. Like, yo, what up, Aubrey? Or even better, like, what's up, Drake? What's up, the game? How you doing? I'm cool. So, I've run out of shit to say about this conversation. But I just think it's funnier to think that they actually be talking to people like that.
That's pretty funny.
You don't think that's like an interesting thought?
I think that's pretty fucking funny. I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty
So if I
funny.
were to
But
call,
you gotta
like,
think of like funny.
I'd rather
things.
them making fun of each other.
So
than
if I were to
calling
call,
each other names,
like,
to be honest.
like the drummer from Blink-182, who Travis, right?
I don't know.
No, but
I
that's his
call him,
name, man.
Blink-182. Hey, what's up, Blink-182?
Yeah, I'm calling
That's
talking
a
to
group.
Blink 182.
What's up, Blink-182? Which one?
All of them.
All
of
Is
them.
this Blink 182?
Can I talk
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you
How
were
much-
to...
can I? Who's one and who's 8 and who's 2?
It
Can I
was
speak? I need
so much better underneath here.
Huh?
It's so much better underneath this.
Alright, well, what's the next topic, man? I feel like we completely robbed these people of content.
Here, cut this and edit.
Sorry that Glenn's debut was full of messiness.
That's okay.
Glenn's debut and only probably ever guest feature.
Thanks for calling me out.
He's about to.
I mean,
He's
he's
back
all you have to do is just show up.
He's
back
next
That's all that's requested of you.
No,
Anyway.
it's cool though. It's fun.
There's a couple of notable things. I think Ariana Grande said she's releasing an album. I don't know if anybody cares about that. I don't really listen, but if anybody else is interested, she's putting out an album.
I'm gonna say no.
I don't like looking at her because she seems like she's a little girl.
Yep, exactly.
I don't get the same feeling.
Sam, I feel the same exact way.
No, I mean she's a very, very pretty woman,
I don't
but
get the same feeling.
she's got like, but she's like,
She's 11.
she's very petite. She's
That girl's
very
fucking
petite.
She's 11.
She's
Got a
11.
lot of them?
She's very petite, but I also feel like she's very pretty. It's a conflicting feeling. You're like, well, she's got this pretty face, but she doesn't look like
Like
she's
guys like
grown.
this and shit. Like,
She doesn't look grown. She don't look grown.
She be singing and shit.
Right? I don't know. She just, I think
I totally
she
agree.
like gives off like an innocence where you're just like, she seems like a very young girl, which is fine. But but it's like,
yeah, like I can't see her in like twerking video. Like,
yeah, she
follow me.
She just had the video with Madonna recently where they were dancing and like
All I
Madonna's trying to shake her awkward 56-year-old hips.
That's weird.
All I know is her and Nicki Minaj were promoting some shit, and they were like, fucking always together, took like a bath together or some shit.
Nicki
I was like,
Minaj is
Ariana
she's done,
Grande.
man.
Oh yeah, she's washed.
It's over
She
with.
doesn't need to
I
be-
agree,
She's
but
washed.
both of them in a bath
Cardi
together
B
is something that I
she's
want to
totally
see.
washed.
Let's say that.
No, listen,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Ariana Grande isn't hot, but like the idea that she kind of gives off a more like innocent vibe that kind of like deters me from like finding her attractive. in a
I think
way.
she just comes off as a little bit dumb. I'm just gonna go ahead and just say it.
Damn.
I'm just not really
So
down.
she innocent looking.
I'm just
she,
not
you
really
go.
down for
Comes off as a little
adults
dumb.
that want to cater to girls and
Women?
just like sexualizing it. It's just weird to me. Like Britney Spears when she first came out, that "Hit Me Baby One More Time" shit.
Yeah,
Like that's just weird to me. Like,
she was like 16 when that shit.
Same shit with
yeah,
Christina
it's like,
Aguilera.
how you gonna put
Yeah.
Same thing
an
with,
actual little
Aaliyah.
girl out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with dude. It's pretty weird. Like when you see these female artists,
So-
and you look at them back in the day, right?
Not
you're like,
all, but most of the pop stars. Though.
most of them
Yeah.
are all underage,
right?
Yeah,
and it's like they're singing about.
But they're
crazy songs.
sexualized.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
that's why the shit with R. Kelly's crazy. And like they're talking about now they want to
He
do
got cooked.
they're gonna do a
R. Kelly got cooked. Man.
they're gonna do a Michael Jackson one now. But the thing with that is I don't like it because he's dead, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So
And he was already in trial already for all this shit.
Mike, I don't know, man.
Listen,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask this question, but I want you guys to just keep it a yes or no. Because, yeah.
Okay.
So, I was thinking R. Kelly and his history of being a nasty motherfucker and his music, right? I bring this question up because the other day I was rapping to some Kanye shit from back in the day. So, Kanye and his controversy compared to R. Kelly and his controversy. To the same degree, do you think you can't listen to their music from before now because of how they are how they're viewed in today's world?
I can still hear
It's less with Ye.
Yeah, less with I can still
Oh,
hear
definitely less with Kanye.
I can still hear
So,
Kanye's
okay,
music.
I
just
asked because
don't
I mean,
always want to hear
R.
it.
Kelly has hits.
Well,
right?
yeah, but
Ye-
see,
But can you go back and listen to those
Ye
things?
wasn't a suspected child.
no, not
Yeah,
suspected.
the thing
Not
about
suspected. He wasn't a child molester.
Yeah. So just.
I agree.
You know, and just in
I
general.
agree, but listen, there's some other like tweet that I saw, and the guy was like, "I have about 99 R. Kelly songs on a playlist." He's like, "I deleted one. I'm keeping the rest. I don't give a fuck." So like, to some degree,
I'm just kind of watching R. Kelly though. Like I probably
It's
listen
almost
to
like,
it,
dude,
yeah.
look at every R. Kelly that you know. Like, name all the top 5 R. Kellys that you know. Songs.
There's
Right
a
now.
lot of them, dude. You can.
Well, name 5 right now off your head.
dude, Fiesta, fucking I Wish, fucking
All Back in Flight,
everything on the fucking
Right.
Trapped in the Closet.
Well, I mean, and take that retrospect, right, and take him to what he's known for.
Yeah.
and then you take that into context and just like.
But is that what pops up in your mind when you hear
R. Kelly had his hand in
Well,
all.
now it does because it's just like what I know about the artist.
R. Kelly had his hand in all of like '90s hip R&B though, man.
Yeah, he did, but it doesn't matter. Though.
No, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying like it hit wise, like he was a part of everything. So, but the thing is, all the songs now, when you listen back, now they got this like real nasty connotation towards them. So now you're like, oh shit, what was he talking? Oh fuck.
But it does matter because I'm sure mad people fucking made babies to that music, and they have it associated with things in their life that are positive.
Well, not only that,
now they got
that
this.
is true.
You gotta imagine like how many like the women that were affected by it now have to sit there and be like, wow, this guy's making millions off of like singing.
I want to see your point here, but the problem is. He just had a birthday party, right? And he had like a concert in Chicago.
Right.
And the girls in the audience are yelling, "Oh, you can kidnap me!" Like the reason, and I hate it the way that things are like this, but guys and girls on the same level can think it's okay to like do a certain thing, say a certain thing, portray a certain thing because a small portion of the opposite sex is okay with it. And so the ones that aren't okay with it, well, they're like, well, I don't really care about what you think because these people are cool with it, And I think it just kind of allows for some of those boundaries to get crossed.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I don't think it allows, but it's just one of those things where it's like it shows how fucked up that the society is. It's just so many different like the signals are all crossed and mixed and incorrect.
Yeah,
it's fucked up. Like not that he shouldn't be targeting underage women, but underage women, why are they like? Why do they feel the need to like scream that? Why are they at an R. Kelly show?
Because they're impressionable, man. It's just it is what it is.
Why is anybody at an R. Kelly show?
It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Who's supporting him? You got to think about that.
Yeah.
R. Kelly's gonna do what he's made it as a point to prove that he's gonna do exactly what he wants to do, no matter what. He's been doing it forever. But what I'm saying is. It's the people that are supporting him that are like allowing for him to actually have a platform to do these things continuously. So like, why are these fucking people still supporting, knowing what he's been? Especially, it's like okay, we knew he had been.
His streams up 116%, by the way.
That's because people are listening now. People are trying to hear what he was talking about in those songs.
He's making all kinds of money from it.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, people don't get that though.
But
he's making all this money. But I mean, that money ain't gonna go nowhere when you're in jail, bro.
He's not gonna end up doing a lot of time. He's gonna get probation. He's gonna be off.
That's fine, but I mean, you have to look at it the wrong. Well, dude, if you don't suffer in jail, can you imagine like the detriment that he has to live with that?
I feel like he's gonna get messed with in jail for sure if he doesn't go to the private prison club.
I mean,
they put him there. They will.
The bottom line is just. Free.
I agree, 100%. Okay, so then let's bring this back.
He's a disgusting.
You wouldn't put R. Kelly's old music on the same level as Kanye's old music, right?
No.
There's a no.
No.
Okay, yeah, I would agree with this because I'm okay with singing, rapping some old Kanye shit. Like,
what was Kanye's first hit?
Kanye Through the Wire.
What was R. Kelly's first hit?
Bump and Grind.
Yeah, well, compare the messages between those.
Totally.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, but it was also 1992.
It doesn't matter.
Well, it does because we talked about how things are hypersensitive.
Yeah. It is
so he could never come out with that.
But I mean, you gotta look at the time, right? Like, if you want to look at the times. I mean, what made Kanye more attractive?
There's a lot of dumb shit that Ye said though on record.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There is.
And it affected the whole black community and everybody was outraged about it.
But mainly that would, fall in line of like misogyny or something like that.
But I mean, in terms of like what we know, that's all we know, right? From words, we have evidence of R. Kelly.
Yeah.
And all that shit.
But not really. We have hearsay. And a lot of these people got like I'm not saying anybody's lying.
No.
But
we don't know.
It's been years since a lot of this happened, and although whatever recent stories. I don't know. I mean, I didn't watch the series. I don't want to comment too much about it.
Yeah, no, I haven't watched.
But there's also people who got settlements outside of court, and that's why he's probably doing suing and shit. Like, there's a lot of pieces that go into this that we don't know. And
yeah, well, back to your question.
He's guilty, but the way they're gonna go about it, I don't think he can.
You can't compare.
There's things that, like Adam said, like there's a lot of victims that have already settled into. You know what I mean? Like, can you get tried again for something that you've already been tried for by some. I don't know.
Was it statute?
He should be locked up underneath the jail, but can he?
Statute of limitations, right? Depending on like how long it's been for these women.
But it depends where these
right,
things
but
take
I mean,
place.
And this is all stuff I don't know anything about. But
again,
I just feel like
you can't compare.
he should be locked up. I just don't know how if they haven't been able to do it already, and they've had his ass in court. You know what I mean? Like,
how do you do it? How do you try him again?
How are you? How do you? What's different about this time?
Yeah.
You had all this information already.
What's new? What's the new evidence? Also,
That's the bottom line.
it's a touchy subject.
Ye's catalog, you can still go back and get that feeling. Shouldn't probably do that with R. Kelly anymore.
No, not at all.
The fact that he went up so high is ridiculous, but
It really is.
yeah. So that's it. That's all we got for today. And that's just other things you guys want to talk about.
I mean, you want to touch on the top 5?
No.
No.
Next time.
No, we don't have to
Oh,
hold that
yeah, we're
off.
good.
We'll save that
Okay,
for your
yeah.
next visit, whenever it may
Next
be.
visit.
That means you
possibly.
gotta come back and do that one.
And just, in advance, obviously shout out to you because God knows when you're going to be back.
No, to be honest, man, this was fun. You guys have a lot to say in terms of just like.
Everything.
No. Just like the
terms of-
passion that you guys have with certain subjects, or in terms of how like you want to go ahead and bring this content to the viewers. I hope that you guys, progress more. Hope I could be part of it a little bit more.
Hey, thanks for stopping by.
I mean, thank you for having me. Again, I'll always be around.
But I'll
Probably
always there
never
when you
be
call.
physically, but
I'll never be there when you call. I won't even be on time, but you can call me.
ain't always there when you call.
You can call
I
me.
ain't never there when I'm on.
You can call me live on the podcast.
But I mean, it was fun. It was nice to reconnect with you guys.
Yeah.
And it's good to see how you guys operate in terms of how you do your things. And
I mean, this wasn't typical completely,
I mean, whether or not it was
a little
still,
goofy.
it was still fun. So that's all that
It was
counts.
good. It was fun time for sure.
So again, man. Hey, maybe a one shot, but I'm here.
It took him 27 weeks, people. We got him here.
Maybe 27 weeks from now you get another.
I've been there since day
You
one,
might get
since
them
they've
twice
been
a year.
talking about this.
Once
It's
every
true,
6 months.
but
That's true. The
You know-
same for once every 6 months, huh?
once every 6 months. Maybe we could commit a little bit more. How about
I
that?
mean, listen.
We're
based
not
off how
going to
you-
commit to too much for you right now.
Yeah, based off how you're talking.
Let me not
I would be
oversell it,
super-
right? No.
We're not going to make you. We're not going to put that burden up maybe twice a year.
Based off how you talk, right now, I'm not trying to put that much stake in your
Cool.
visits.
Thank you.
So we're just gonna call it twice a year at best. Okay, tentatively.
We'll take that.
Yeah. So, anything you'd like to say to the viewers since you God knows when you're gonna see them next?
I don't know, man. Just enjoy the rest of the podcast that these guys are making. Hopefully, you guys can connect with them just as much as other people may have. Everybody has different backgrounds and different viewpoints of what they think certain subjects. So, you guys are gonna have a lot of things to learn about in terms of how we grew up, how these guys look at the viewpoints of the world, and how maybe possibly you guys can connect with them, right? And then make this channel grow a little bit more. Not in terms of just growing in terms of numbers, but just having them more of a connection with you guys, just as much as they're trying to do.
Yes, that's a
with
community
you.
zone.
Trying to create that. Yes, indeed.
So you guys gotta create. I mean, it always starts with one podcast at a time. So as long as you guys are here with the journey with them, cheers to you guys for being there for the next one. I mean, for 27 weeks, right? And then coming on more. And then I hope to be part of it a little bit more. So
Hell yes.
That's cool.
So,
Word. I don't think there's any other better way to end it on that.
I don't think
Well,
so, man.
I mean,
That was it right there.
Just tell them how to find us.
We can go.
Subscribe.
We can do some sneaker talk.
Oh, the sneakers? Well, these have been worn before.
Okay. And these are just metallic sixes. I don't think they've been worn yet.
I have no idea about cars or sneakers, so you guys educate me. The more that I know about it, the more it is intriguing for me.
feel
Because
the same
possibly,
way.
Guns and socks, but by the time you see him next, he might have those socks again.
Well,
and
I'm
you
saying, right?
remember,
I mean, hey, maybe you viewers at home just don't know about sneakers just as much as I do, or have intrigued or are intrigued about sneaker collections. I mean, these guys are a great, let's just say, filter to go through, right? In terms of just seeing new sneakers and what's good, what's hit, or and that. So, hey, come to them when it comes to that. I only wear socks. That's all I do.
Hell yes.
So.
Real quick, some news, and I want to make sure I get every possible thing here. YouTube community who's watching currently.
Yeah.
Starting immediately, the podcast is now available on Pocket Casts and Stitcher. Other ones are pending. We will let you know as those
Links
progress.
will be below.
Yes, links will be below. So if you, for whatever reason, like at work, I know for us, our firewalls don't let you use certain YouTube channels. I can do it because I'm the administrator, but a lot of the other people can't. So there's going to be a new option now. It's just audio. Shout out to Sammy at work because we were talking about this earlier. But
Shout out to Sammy.
Shout out.
yeah, so you can now find us on multiple news sources. Connect with us on our Instagrams. Put all the links down below. This is the Kiona and Kasson Podcast, episode 27. So for myself, Adam, my brother, my boy, and my other opposite shout out to Glenn boy. Just imagine everything that I call him with quotations that say opposite shout out to Glenn in the middle. So, we'll call you Glenn, opposite shout out to Glenn C.
Oh, when I call you, can I say what's up, Glenn? Opposite shout out, Glenn.
That is my stage name. That is what I want to be called on from now on. Dave, please call me by opposite shout out.
So when you call me, you can be like, "What up? This is Glenn." Opposite shout out to Glenn.
What up?
Yo, did I bring up last week that Macaulay Culkin wanted to change his middle name to Macaulay Culkin?
So it'd be Macaulay
Culkin.
What a dick. That's a dick.
That's pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Yo,
all right, everybody.
That's dope.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We're done. We're sorry for all the nonsense tonight. Y'all have a beautiful evening. We'll see you.
Thank you.